responsive because it's a better spring.
It's nice, isn't it? Yeah.
Right, got ya.
Yeah, so instead of it, you've basically got a lot more degrees in the brake pedal. You know, and so like Matt, you don't have to use the clutch.
It's only because my brake pedal's fucked at the minute. But you've got I mean, the Logitech already comes with that one bit, doesn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a crap spring. I mean, I've got that spring crap. If that's what's.
I don't think it's. I don't think it's the spring. Yeah. I think it might be the motor. I've got Monkey Boy's just bought himself a sim rig, and it come with a Logitech G29, but for the Xbox. Now he doesn't want the wheel. He's getting rid of the wheel straight away. So he said I can have the pedals off of him.
Pedals should work, yeah.
Yeah, the pedals should work because they clip into the wheel, don't they?
Yeah, so I don't think it should matter which wheel it is.
Yeah. So I mean, like I said, he bought it, and the Xbox One came with it, so he's not bothered about the Xbox One. It's just the.
Yeah, I say you could gladly have me spring if it was that. But,
well, I'll try that, and then I just
chucked it in a box.
Yeah,
a man box for things you probably will never ever need.
Just that box that sits on top shelf. That yeah. See you later, Rob. We're going in a second. We'll start in a second anyway. Yeah, no, like I say, I'll sort that, and then if that's not the problem, I'll message you or something about it.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome to have it. It's just
cheers, bud.
You know, for the sake of a couple of quid postage, probably.
Yeah, I'll happily get you a couple of quid. That reminds me, Jamie's never posted my fucking sticker yet.
Is he actually not?
No, he's not sent it me yet.
Yeah, I asked him to send me a photo.
Get me a Magneo sticker. Get me a Honda sticker, Jamie. Fit side of my PC. Yeah, will do. Cheers, bud. I'll pay it money and I'll pay it postage. Don't worry. Not fucking posted it yet, so I can't fucking tell him how much. It'll be quicker just to wait till I go fucking karting now.
It'll be fucking quicker when you go Donny.
Why? Karting's before Donny, you penis.
Yeah, but he'll probably fucking forget it.
I'll fucking text him. Oi,
sticker. Donny as well. Well, I mean, I could give you the spring at Donny. But,
yeah, probably could. Well, I'll see. I mean, I'm not racing forever now. Yeah, hopefully I'll have them pedals. Right, time are we
on? I might talk to my mum to get me the rig soon, so then I can get out of having to come to yours, Matt.
Oh, fuck you then.
Well, I don't want to be...
You need the rig, You are Beth?
Yeah, I mean, I do kind of have a rig going.
Is what?
Have you? What is it?
I'll sort that Friday.
It's one of those standing ones. You need your own chair in that.
Yeah, see, I was getting one to go in my corner of my room with... It's like a proper one where it's got the...
Yeah, well that's what I've got, that's what I've upgraded to. So my old one's... my old one's sitting there, it just hasn't got the gear stick holder anymore because I stole it and attached it to this one.
Do you actually use the gear stick for the G29?
No, I got rid of it, I told you, last week.
No,
I had it 2 weeks. But now that's now my little holder for me keyboard and tablet. Because it attaches nicely just to the side of the rig, basically.
Yeah.
So I've got my fan, my tablet, my keyboard, button box, me.
Well, I was looking. Well, I mean, I was looking to get the wheel and the rig at Christmas, but since the rig's broke, I might talk to my mum and try and get it a bit earlier.
There's nothing wrong with the G29 as it is. You know, it's a nice wheel.
Oh, I knew that. Yeah. I prefer the the Fanatec kind of wheel, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Instead of it being like one big circle, I'm turning it that way. I prefer it to be like the Fanatec. That's my.
I mean, the Fanatec has big circle ones as well. It just depends.
Oh no, you know
what Fanatec? I mean. Yeah, I know what you mean.
I mean, he's also working on a quick release as well, which will work with it.
Oh,
so you'd actually be able to change your wheel depending on what you were playing.
No, that's not bad then.
Yeah, well, that's so you can say you're 2 different wheels, isn't it?
Yeah.
You switch to a different wheel, you want to buy a second wheel off him. But for me, I'd probably use that for the proper wheel for NASCAR.
Yeah.
Because when you're on an oval, you want a ring.
You want a ring wheel for NASCAR, yeah. Yeah.
So you know, this is all right on NASCAR and obviously IndyCar. But
so that's what that's like. Jimmy will fucking change on his direct drive wheel. Jimmy Broadbent, he'll just flick between. Yeah. He'll flick his F1 wheel on, then he'll flick his GT wheel on, or he's done NASCAR and iRacing. He'll flick that wheel on at time, which is just a great big circular one.
Exactly, yeah. But
that's the thing about the Fanatec. You can just take them off, put them on a piece of this.
Well, what he's converting to do, because all the electronics come through a single wire, You just need to have a connector in the wheel, and then have it connected to another little wheel, effectively. You know, so just a little port, and then you can just plug the wheel on and plug the wheel off. And if you've got the connectors right, you can do that. At the moment,
and you say they're making a little mod for that as well, then?
He's making a little mod for that, yeah.
I mean, if they make the mod for that before Christmas, I'll just go and get that, because then I'll be able to switch between the new one and the old one.
Yeah. Bear in mind on these. Yeah, bear in mind in these as well. There's probably about an 8 to 12 week wait as well when you order it. You don't pay straight away.
Actual wheel.
Because they have to make them. They're made.
They're made to order.
Yeah.
They're not like sat there on the shelves ready to go. They're obviously, because you're picking your own bits that you want on your wheel.
Yeah,
it'll take them a few weeks to get made.
That don't bother me. I can manage with the normal wheel.
Stuff like that you can just fucking live with.
But like I say, I prefer the thing. I mean, I've never drove on them, but I prefer the look of them. And from what I've done with that Fanatec when I was at F1, I mean, that felt pretty nice and all.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with these is the holes are nice for you to just slip your fingers in so you can turn it easier.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean.
It's things like that. It's, you know, and even the corners. I mean, I find myself just, if it's a really tight corner, just pushing down on the top corner of the wheel. You know, to give me a bit more force into it. So
right, Liam, do you want to set us up in a party?
Yeah,
for me and you.
I might stay in here and see if anybody turns up.
I think Dean might. I don't see why Dean won't. Dean and DJ.
Yeah, right.
Although he's just fucking text me saying, "You're alright." I said, "Yeah, you." He said, "Yeah, no." Fucking Dean's bullshit.
What's the pit lap?
Pit window's going to be lap 8. I'm going to post it in just a moment.
Yeah. It's alright, because it's harder for me to get on Facebook when I'm all set up.
Yeah, no, yeah. Lap 8, mate.
Lap 8, no problem. 22 laps, I can see. I think I was running 20 laps last night, so that's not too different.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. Right, I'm going to shoot into the party, mate. Best luck for tonight, and I'll catch you after if you want. Or I'll catch you during if you get a podium. Best luck. Yeah.
They look at these wheels, so.
Have you fucking like that stream, mate? Terrible if you haven't.
I haven't even been on it. All I've done is scheduled it. You fucking
terrible. Good turnout so far. Great turnout. Dean's text me.
Well, what's he said?
You're right, buddy. Oh, bit nervous. That's what's up with him. Bit nervous. Said yeah, pal. You says yes and no. Says well. So don't think I'm going to do very well tonight. Bit nervous.
Brilliant.
Well, at least he's probably telling the truth for once, though, Liam, and not bullshitting.
Oh, you never know when it's Dean.
Yeah, but you know, nerves are a big thing of it, aren't they? Do you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, well, I fuck it. You should see me.
I get nervous every race.
Well, actually, then again, you will fucking see me probably on race day. I'll be fucking nervous. I'll be doing this, that, other, and whatnot. F1 Series 1 accessories. GT Series 1 accessories. What that? GT Series 1 style set. Flip is that? Racing accessories. Pro head mount for accessories.
You said all that wrong then.
Shh.
Sim racing accessories.
Telegraphy display, £100.
You said that wrong and all.
Shut up! I can't speak. You know.
Display. No, you said it correctly, but you didn't take the Dean way. Display.
That's right. Display, my mate. Universal phone mount for Logitech for. Ooh.
The sim dashboard.
I might pay for the sim dashboard, to be fair.
I have.
I haven't yet,
Bought
but I
it.
will.
£3 for Project Cars.
These are all sold out at the moment.
£3 for Project Cars. Bargain.
Is it?
Yeah.
That's fine. Yeah, well, I mean, no, Logitech upgrade available. No, me, I'll end up trying to buy all, depending what I race on.
I'm just gonna buy because it's got like loads of race games, even old and stuff for PC. It's done for PC as well, so I just literally bought for Project Cars. I'll probably buy ACC and F1, but we haven't started on them yet, so I've not been bothered.
Yeah. G29. Nah. What would you want? The F1 series or the GT? Well, it's kind of self-explanatory, really, isn't it?
Both.
Yes.
F1 for when I race F1, GT for when I race any other cars on Project Cars or ACC.
Actually, I kind of like the F1 one. The F1 more than the GT, to be fair, because it goes down and then it has a little.
Yeah, I prefer I prefer GT wheels. I prefer them up. I think the down would put me off.
The down, I think the up would put me off more.
Nah, the up's out my way. I feel that when I turn, I'd catch. Oh, well, that little bracelet. I'd catch it when I'm turning. If I caught the bracelet on the bottom of it, just dangling there, I feel it'd put me off a bit more than the up ones. The up ones, they're out the way. My hands aren't going up top. Do you know what I mean?
I see where you're coming from. I mean, like I say,
Done.
Oh yeah.
So that's 2, 4, 6.
This
8,
is a handmade
10.
product, therefore we need about 10-14 days for the build.
Pass me the switch, babe. Right,
But
what
like
time is it? It's 10 to. Right. Keep your eyes on people coming in. Let's get set up now and get ready. Enough chit chatter about wheels. We'll talk about it after. Let's get on it ready tonight. I need to load the thingy. Is there anybody tonight that we know of making the 50th appearance? No, don't think so. Don't think so. I need a fucking piss and I haven't loaded this up. Oh, come on.
Just
right.
Load it up and get it for a piss.
I am doing. Just quickly though. So, Fury tonight can beat Jamie's record of 12 wins in a season. Yeah?
Yep.
And that is it.
That's it.
He can also win the title. Can I have the switch? I'm going to get up for a wee, but I was going to ask for the switch. I didn't need a wee at the time. Cheers, babe. So yeah, Fury can equal and beat Jamie's record tonight. That's it.
Okay.
I bet he can also win the title, but has to outscore Kelly by 40 points.
Right.
So that's tough. Dean, what does Dean need to do? A lot to get above fucking DJ Phil. Right, back in 2 secs.
Yep.
kitchen side, babe. I said that Fury had equal or beat that tonight, didn't I? He's not in yet, so
that's a good start.
Yeah. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11, 12. Stealth, Sloth and Aiden turn up last minute if not in practice, and Alfie. Not heard today from anybody that no one is turning up. We have 3 drivers on their double points. That is BT Targa, Aiden Bennett and NJ. 3 drivers on their double points. BT Targa, NJ and Aiden Bennett. We've also not got DJ Phil yet in the session. There's Fury. I reckon G's channel's going to be shit already, by the way.
What makes you say that?
Well, he's keeps constantly asking for commentators. Yeah, apparently he's got commentators.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
So that to me says that he hasn't got commentators. Facebook. On the side, babe. Yeah. Huh? Oh, sorry. Lap beat.
This is gonna be fun.
Sorry, babe.
What do you reckon's gonna be like tonight?
Hard to say. I like Laguna as a track. I think it's good. But Pro-Am at times this year has been
questionable.
Some good racing, but some dire racing as well.
What do you mean, like last week? Not last week, was it? Yeah, last week, because I was here last week. Because that last week, if I remember, was the one where everyone were cutting track.
Yeah.
I don't fucking understand that. Why
mate, you should have seen the list I had to write out about who'd cut track.
Wouldn't want to imagine it. That's the thing.
Message Phil. Alfie. Hopefully tonight your mum don't keep shouting you as well.
Yeah, that was only because obviously the next day I was meant to be going F1.
Yeah, true. So let's have a look. Still no Stealth Sloth online. Still no DJ Phil online. Still no Alfie or Aiden online. But Aiden normally doesn't get in.
Told you about me staying. I'm able to stay.
Yeah, you said last night.
If you're fine with that, anyway.
Yeah, no, that's fine by me. I said to you, might be too late for you to go home. Right. That's me back down to 12. All the drivers are back tonight.
Ah, well.
Just do your best, Smith. Just do your best.
What we're gonna do after the stream, Matt?
Don't know. What time is it? It's 1 minute to, so we'll be going in a minute. And there's still no Phil, so that will allow Dean to catch Phil no end. And there is no Aiden or Stealth Sloth yet. Yep. I think it'll just be easier to set you up in there, see what the Wi-Fi's like. Do you know what I mean? I think to just because you're not coming till about 5ish, are you? Unless I'm back early. Come on, get here for 5 PM.
Okay.
And then
So
if I'm any earlier, I'll text you.
About 4ish.
Yeah, get here for 5, and then if I'm back any earlier, I'll drop you a text.
Yeah.
But yeah, it just makes sense to put you upstairs straight away.
Yeah, I was just wondering because I mean, if I'm upstairs when I get there, it gives me time to just get used to it being in front of me instead of me having to look up from the last 2 days.
Yeah.
And on top of that, if it's okay with you, am I allowed to do a couple more extra laps before?
Yeah, do what you want upstairs before. Practice from when you get there, for me, if you want. But obviously you've got to do the thumbnail. So.
If that's fine. I'll do thumbnail before you come back, and if you want, I can schedule stream.
Yeah, schedule it again. I think that's one of the easier ways.
I mean, that's the easiest way of us doing it.
Yeah. Schedule it, yeah. Right, and we're starting. So for those who aren't here, unlucky, you better hope and pray that your invites have still counted.
Why, have you done it championship way?
Yeah, always do. No shit.
What?
It's an American track, innit?
Yeah.
Can't do it championship way.
Why?
Because of the pit lane.
What do you mean?
Because of the pit lane.
Yeah, but what do you mean about the pit lane?
You can't... there's no garages. So you can't get into a garage.
You might have to reset session then.
There's 4 people watching the stream at 10 likes.
Well, I've liked it. I mean, I'm not moaning, it's giving me extra time to eat my marshmallow.
Not the practice down to 15 minutes.
Yeah. Tell me when you sent invites.
Yeah, he was in anyway. many we got in? 15 of 18. 3 people missing. Who's missing at the minute? Aiden and Alfie are missing. Don. BT, Daniel, Dean, Smithy, DJ, Phil, Fury, NJ, X-Mark, Argent, Stoslav, Kelly, Nicky. Where's
Aiden,
NJ? NJ. Yeah, Aiden I've invited. Not got NJ in yet. 15. We're missing 3 drivers. Oh no, hang on. That's because it's 18. There should only be 17 of us. Right. So let's go. Yeah.
No.
This is going to be interesting. I like Laguna. I do like Laguna.
Yep. An alright track for the GT.
Right, green light. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to round 19 and 20 of the GT3 Championship Pro-Am Series here tonight. I'm Matthew Duffin, your commentator, joined in the box by my partner in crime on a Wednesday night. It's that body boy, Liam. Liam, good evening, how are you?
I'm good, how are you today, Matthew?
Very well, thank you. We've got some brilliant people in the chat. Daniel Francis, Dean Wisocki, Smithy's in there, Rabbit Joe, Joseph Colclough, that is, and Team Prolapse also in there. Ooh, they're saying, what a night we have in store for you. Not only can Fury equal and beat the record of wins in a season of Jamie Brazier from season 1 of 12. He needs both wins tonight to beat it. 1 win tonight will equal it. He could also wrap up the championship with 2 weeks to go. We've got Laguna now, 2 rounds tonight, 19 and 20. We then go 21 and 22 at Dubai next week for our second night race of the season. What an absolute crackerjack that one is going to be. You're not going to want to miss Dubai. We then head to Monza for the finale. It could all be done tonight. Fury is a man to watch. We've got 2 drivers hopefully joining us a little later on, Aiden and Alfie. They're hopefully going to be with us. We've got 3 drivers tonight, Liam, on double points. It's the last time anybody can take double points this season. We're at that point of the season where no one else can take their double points for the remainder of the season. 3 drivers tonight have left it till the final track, and what can they do? You'll find out who they are a little later on in the evening. The big thing to note though, Liam, is it is bone dry, as clear as can be, and it is perfect weather here in California.
Yeah, that's what you usually get for any of your American tracks, because if I remember correctly, Daytona was actually quite a dry track, and from previous seasons most American tracks have been dry, so it's not abnormal that it's nice and clear today.
Definitely not in the California. We say evening to the SimPlay Motorsport GT5 champion Unorthodox. He's in the chat. He's saying evening, guys. Come on, Kelly. Good luck, Fury, and my Prolapse teammates. We also say good evening to Fury's granddad. Don't panic, I'm here too, Matt. Go Fury, says Tony. So it's nice to have Tony and the current who was crowned on Monday, beat the likes of me and D Biggs and Little Each. He's the better driver in the GT5s this time around. Unorthodox in the chat, so it's nice to have him here along to cheer the Pro-Am boys on. And let's not forget, he's still in the GTs. He's still in for that title. He's still in for the GT3 title. Can Unorthodox take 3 titles in the matter of weeks? What a job he could be on for this current season. As we're currently looking at Dean Wisocki on track. Liam, Dean, these last couple of weeks, he's been out of sorts, he's been out of form. What's he got to do tonight that gets him back to with the Dean Wisocki that's got the pace and that can get a result?
Well, it's one thing to say keep it consistent, but he needs to push as well for them points. He don't want to be, like in previous weeks, just be letting people by if he's spun or something. He wants to just get back in straight in the middle of the action and get as many points as possible.
The McLaren round here, and you'll know as well as myself in the testing, doesn't seem a bad pick, doesn't seem a bad car in the test. We have actually lost a driver, can't see who that is at the moment. Dean Kelly, Nicky, Stealth, Exmar, Argent, NJ, DJ Phil, Smithy, Daniel, BT and Don, so I'm not quite sure who we have lost.
Fury.
Yes, Fury isn't on that list actually, so yeah, Fury needs to get himself back in. But yeah, you as well as myself know that the McLaren round here isn't at that much of a disadvantage. I myself did a 1 minute 22.5 in the Acura, which I know is only 4 tenths slower than Jamie Brazy's pace in the Audi. So Dean's got a chance tonight in that McLaren, so has Phil.
Yeah, and when there's a chance, you always want to grasp at it and do your best. You never want to just let a chance down because it's your best time, as the chance is, to get points.
Dan in the chat saying, thank you, buddy, I'm coming for you, Gary, and no chance in the GT. Never say never, my friend. It could be a triple champion in the space of weeks. As we're on board with Smithy, this man has got better as the season's gone on. His driving is getting a lot more improved. What can we see from Smithy tonight? He's in a very quick Porsche, and he's looking like, if he's carrying that confidence on from previous weeks, could be in for a result.
Yes, indeed, and it's always nice to see someone fresh like this get a good result. Obviously, we've had him get a podium for his first time this season, but it's always nice to see guys like this get multiple podiums, especially when it's within a season or so.
Now we have to turn our attention to KLF. We have to look, as we say, the Acura evening peep, says Sooty Apex in the chat. We have to turn our attention to this man. He needs to start to outscore Fury to stay in that title fight. If Fury outscores him by 40 points, I mean, Fury's not yet in the session. I mean, he has got qualifying to still get in, so the day's not done yet. But what's Kelly got to do, Liam, if he's to stay in this title race?
The one thing would be stay in front of Fury for one. Hope, obviously we don't hope, but he needs to hope something happens with Fury to maybe take points down from a race. But he just needs to make sure he keeps in front of Fury and make sure he doesn't drop it, and hopes that Fury does.
Now, Kelly has been one of the best, one of the most consistent drivers, should I say, on this grid this season. He's had a philosophy of a previous league where it's been elbows out and race people to, I need to score good, consistent points. As we say a good evening to Monkey Boy, don't mention that car. Well, it could be outdoing you in the GT3s in the Pro if Sooty and Phil have anything to say. Laguna is a level playing field of a track, says Dan. You've cursed me now, mate. And Sooty, he did do a 122.5, says Sooty. I did. It was real. Sooty was there. He was my witness. As we now have Fury back in the session then. So championship still on as Kelly just goes a little bit quicker there. What we note again, and we say this every week, Liam, don't we? Mercedes, Mercedes, Mercedes. Porsche, Mercedes. X-Mark a couple of taps off the back of Kelly at the minute, but the 3 Mercedes so far. Daniel Francis looking quite quick here. Now, Dean himself has been in a 24, so all these 25s and 26s at the minute aren't what we're expecting to see. We're hoping to see some more guys get the time down. We've got a returning face, missed a few weeks. He's back this week. We've got Don Productions back in the Audi. What we've not been able to see these last couple of weeks, Liam, is normally we sort of get a grip on a Thursday night of how the Audi will do based on Don. Don's put in some cracking performances in that car, and then we've been able to see what you and Jamie can do on the Thursday night. We obviously didn't have that at Zhuhai, and you and Jamie smashed it. We didn't have that last week at Le Mans, and Jamie smashed it. You struggled at times, but sorry, you wasn't here, was you? You wasn't here. You was away, and Jamie smashed it that weekend. But we get a chance to see what the Audi can do around Laguna tonight. Are you interested to see what it can do? Obviously, bearing in mind you're in it.
Yeah, it's good data, as I'm going to call it, to see what another driver will do in the car, because it gives me a bit of an insight of maybe where I could improve, or just an insight of what the car's going to be like in general around the track, which obviously he's not been in for a while, so we've not been able to do that. But now he is back in, it's something that we could do, and I'm sure plenty of pro guys will do the same thing with other cars. As that's
X-Mark round there, he returns himself to the pits, and NJ just avoids that one then. So it's BT, Dan, Argent setting the pace in the practice session at the moment. 24.1, 9/10 of a second. Dan Francis is behind BT Targa. On Orthodox, I've done a 21.9, so it's a big smiley face. Okay. I think you'd have told me if you had done. Let's do this, says Fury. He is fired up for this one tonight, it sounds like in the chat. And Monkey Boy there, I'm going to try my best and not let it win. And not let it. I can't let it beat me. Well, best of luck, that one. It's a shame Sutty's at a wedding tomorrow night, because Sutty's got some good pace around here. Now, Monkey Boy, obviously, fantastic driver. Has a podium, the only podium of the GQ Motorsport team this season. Peaceful's not yet managed to get it, and Monkey Boy's got himself a third a while ago now in the season, but a third nonetheless. Can he get another podium tonight? I know the Mercs look particularly strong next week at Dubai, but we'll keep that one under wraps until we get there next week. Fury then, not yet set a lap time, neither has DJ Phil. We are still awaiting Alfie and Aidan Bennett, and hopefully they will get in sooner rather than later, but they have got time. Obviously we've got the qualifying session as well as the practice session to get in, and let's see what these guys can do. Liam, tips on tonight? Any track tips you've got for the guys? What are you looking at in terms of who you feel is going to win, who you feel is going to get pole position? What have you got for us?
Well, I mean, it's hard to look past Fiore. I say it every week. It's hard to look past Fiore, and as in the comments, as you've already said, he's fired up tonight. So maybe it's all out or nothing for Fiore tonight. But yeah, that's all I can really say. I think just Fiore's my tip. I think it can't go without saying, obviously saying BT and Xmart, and hell, let's chuck KLF into the mix as well, because they're all your fairly top drivers and whatnot.
Do you think Daniel Francis or Kieran Argent have a chance tonight? I mean, they're on the pace, they're second and fourth at the moment. Have they got a chance of a win tonight?
It's possible, don't get me wrong, but they need to make sure they keep it consistent and fast paced, and in fact just keep it as consistent and fast paced as Fiore will be. Yeah.
Also, we've got a hats off to Don and NJ. They've took a couple of podiums and a race win for NJ this year. They could be a possible to upset a few drivers and take a few points away from others. They're scrapping with Daniel Francis in a mid-table scrap, so they're going to be keen to see what they can do. Can the likes of Dean, Nicky, Smithy, Stealth Sloth, DJ Phil do anything about it as well? It is going to be interesting to see. What are the track limits, Aston Orthodox? Well, I'm glad you asked that one. Let's go on board one of the guys at the end of the lap, if we can. The closest one has just come out the corkscrew. Fury's gone past that. We need someone who's just coming out the corkscrew towards the last corner. Not Kelly. Even if we get the guy going up to the corkscrew. It's not Don. It's not Nicky. It's not Phil. It's not Stealth Sloth.
Definitely not Stealth Sloth.
It's not Argent.
No, we've already...
There we go, it's BT. So let's go on the roof camera of BT Targa. So the track limits are pretty much down the start straight. We'll do a lap with BT Targa. So as you come towards this final corner, you clip the apex of the corner. Now you're allowed to use a bit of the runoff. Keep two wheels one side of the white line. You cannot use all that runoff or the curb to get across there, otherwise that will be track limits. You've got to keep two wheels inside the line. Also here, you can go over that line a little bit, but do not extend the entry into the corner too much. You have to be within the white line. Apart from that, the only other real place you can probably gain a lot of track limits is coming up in just a moment. You're not really going to gain anything from cutting corners here. You're going to lose more than you'll gain, as you see BT Targa doing a brilliant job at the minute. He's into the 23s now, as is Fury, so they've improved their time. So has Daniel Francis as well. So the BT and Fury battle continues. Now it's coming up this part of the hill here. There's this little left-hander, which is quite a quick corner. It's easy to cut. It's easy to just go over the sleeping policeman, if you will, the sausage curb there. So they're your track limits that we're keeping an eye out for. The corkscrew, many may say, what if he's cut the corkscrew? It's been tested a lot in the week. You're not gaining an advantage from cutting the corkscrew. You're actually possibly putting yourself and the other drivers in more danger by cutting the corkscrew. So do be aware of that one. Here, you're not gaining any time by going on the tarmac there, because it then turns into the gravelly, sandy, deserty, off the road sort of surface that we have here at California. So there your track limits. The end of the final corner, keep it within the white line. Don't extend into turn one in terms of opening up the corner, and just don't cut that left hand at the top of the hill. Daniel Francis, Dan, stay out of the dust. Dan loves the back of the Audi, says Jamie Brazier, after Dan had said, I love the Audi, but I'm getting sick of looking at the back of it. That Audi is sexy, says Daniel Francis. Is he on about Jamie's or yours, Liam?
It's obviously going to be about mine.
Yeah,
no
I thought as much. I thought as much. I thought as much. And for those who are tuning in, don't worry. For those who agree that it was a 50-50 incident, that's fine. For those who feel that Hamilton was in the wrong at the weekend, I'll penalise anybody that feels that way, because if there's any inside moves like that, I'll just give him a power. As you see there, look, Nicky at Kelly there, just probably extending that a little bit too much than what he needs to. Probably could do with staying inside that track limits a little bit more, but as long as he's got two wheels over that white line, he is fine. Obviously, Liam, you was at Silverstone at the weekend. We're now in the sunny California. It was like California weather, wasn't it, Silverstone? Nice and sunny and hot.
Yeah, but as all us Brits would know, we moan when it's raining and we moan when it's warm.
Yeah, we moan when it's too cold, we moan when it's too hot. There's never a perfect temperature. There's never just a perfect day here in England. 20 people watching, 16 likes, guys. Let's hit that thumbs up button. Subscribe to the channel. If you are new, smash the like, and let's get as many likes for the Pro. Let's get 20 likes before the first race even starts here for the Pro-Am boys. They've got 4 seconds left of practice before we head into the short 10-minute qualifying. Let's get 20 likes before the race even starts. As Sutty says then, not as nice as the front of the Acura. I'm staying quiet, says Sutty. Can we make sure we are using the correct pit exit? Oh yes, the pit exit as well is the full pit exit. If people are coming onto the track, it will be penalised. So if we are seeing people cut onto the circuit as the pit exit, that will be penalised and it will be picked up. Me and Liam are here with our pad and pen to jot the things down that we see on the stream. Obviously, being stewards, we are jotting them down. As being the commentators to take to the stewards room, we are jotting them down as much as we can. So make sure you are taking the full pit exit as well. Joel should have won that one, says Dan. The Italians nearly did it. Yeah, the Italians nearly brought it home, or brought it Rome, instead of the English, but it was the English that prevailed on that day. And yeah, what a day, what a day. What a day to be a motorsport fan. The roar was electric. I heard the roar on the television. That was electric. But it's not about that. It's touring cars in 2 weeks' time. So what do we care? As that is the practice session over then. And it is BT Targa, who is leading the way 0.2 of a second from Fiore. Daniel Francis and Argent up there, though. Don Productions getting himself ahead of X-Mart. So a nice little job there for Don. Dean Wasaki a bit off the pace he'd have liked. But we go again for qualifying, Liam. That's just the practice. We get the qualifying to go now. Who is your tip for pole right now? One driver.
One driver, I'm going to have to say it again, Fiore.
He has not. Fiore, just to say before I get to mine, Fiore has not been off the front row of the grid in qualifying one. It's either first or second. He doesn't do any third place or lower in qualifying one. Can he keep up that form tonight? The practice form would suggest he could. I've got to go BT Targa. I think BT Targa has the pace over Fiore here. As we say evening to Peaceful Stepdad. Good evening, everybody. Monkey Boy, evening, Peaceful Stepdad, he says as well. 21 people watching, 19 likes. Guys, 10 minutes till the race starts. Let's get that 20th like before the race even starts. Cracking job here by everybody in the stream. Get the comments in as well. Get your predictions in for pole position and who you think's going to win the race, and see if you can guess it right as well. Don't forget to stay around for race 2 later on. We'll do a driver of the day. We'll get the driver interviews from race 1, and we get to do a reverse grid qualification, Liam, which could be interesting because with the 13 cars we've got started at the moment, the top 6 can't qualify for the first race. If Aiden gets in, it makes it the top 7. We've now got Disco McDisco Face. Good luck, boys, with a nice fingers up emoji, the rocking out emoji in the chat. BT for pole, Team Prolap says on Orthodox, and Jamie Brazier. Who cares about Silverstone? Donington is where it's at. Donington is where it's at the 9th and 10th of October, and that is where it will all go down. 21 likes. Guys, that is brilliant. You've smashed it already. We're not even at the first race. You've already smashed it. Let's get this as much likes as we can because, guys, you are doing a mega job tonight. Don't forget to join us tomorrow night for the first race. For the same race, but the Pro Series, the Gary D. Biggs, Little Eats, Jamie Brazier, Unorthodox going for the title. Bit quicker pace than these guys, but the Pro boys will be on it, no doubt. We've got the Pro on Wednesday night, the Pro Thursday night. Join us Friday night as well for the GTE Series, in which Liam's racing, and Unorthodox G, Veilside, Foul Guest, X-Mart, BT, Targa, cracking drivers on that list. Who then is going to set the pace? KLF for the win, says Monkey Boy. It's too hot, says Dan. I'm sweating for this race. Come on, Kelly, you need the point, says Dan in the chat. Dan is encouraging his father, KLF, Kelly, in the chat. He's encouraging him to go out there and do what he can do.
Yeah, and it should be like that. People should start cheering other people on. I know there's a couple people in the Pro-Am that cheer some Pro lads on, and I'm sure there's a couple Pro lads that cheer people on in the Pro-Am. Like, clearly, Dan's cheering on for Kelly.
Yeah. Father, son, celebrate. Kelly will obviously be there in the commentary box. Sweet and sticky in your box tomorrow night. Me and KLF 900 will be live at Laguna. We're flying. He's already flew out to California. He'll be there tomorrow night for the racing as well, and we will be live from 8 PM BST with you all the way through for both races, the practice and the 2 qualifyings for you on that one. Liam, you'll be on track. What's your thoughts? But while we wait for some qualifying laps to come in, what are your thoughts of tomorrow night's race? What are you hoping to do?
Tomorrow night, I'm hoping to just get what I'm given. As long as it's not dead last, I'm happy enough. As long as I'm scoring the points, not only for myself but also the team, like I say, I'm happy enough.
As Argent currently provisional pole, but we've not seen X-Mart or Stelstoff do a lap yet. Nicky then still in the pitch. The short 10-minute qualifying here really means you need to get out there and really need to get on the pace early doors. You need to make sure you can get them laps in. As X-Mart and Stelstoff about to cross the line, Stelstoff goes P10 and X-Mart all the way on to provisional pole with a 24.5, 1 second quicker than Argent at the moment. BT Targa's down in 9th place, and Fury is not set a lap time either, but BT Targa heading up towards the corkscrew now. Kelly's in 3rd ahead of Don. Dean's up in P5 at the minute, but Dean a bit off the pace compared to what he was in the practice. He's back in the pits as well, so I don't know what Dean's fiddling with, but you don't want to fiddle too much on race night, do you? You want to sort of have that setup done so that come race night, you're out there getting them laps and getting out on track. He's back out on track now. Smithy, Phil and Nicky still in the pits, so Nicky only has 5 minutes left of this one. Do you want some qualifying stats, Liam?
Yes, I love a good qualifying stat.
Here we go then. Fury, never been off the front row, averages 2nd place, 6 pole positions to his name at the moment. BT Targa crosses the line and puts it on provisional pole, a 23.4, heck of a lap. Daniel Francis gets himself into 2nd place. What's Fury got as he heads into the last corner at the moment? We'll go back to the stats in just a second. What can Fury achieve? Not yet done a lap time, and he's going to cross the line now. And it's only good enough for P11, so Fury has got a lot of work to do as Argent's now gone P2. Speaking of Argent, averages 5th place in Q1, 1 pole position to his name. That was all the way back at round 5. Round 5th track of the season. Can't remember which one that one was. He got a pole position there. That was Catalunya in race 2 there then. Fury, 6 poles to his name. The other poles have gone the way of KLF, Nicky, NJ. 3 poles for Daniel Francis, all in Q2s. BT Targa, he's had 3 pole positions as well. He averages 4th in qualifying at the moment. Well, that is surely going to be beaten here at this moment. Kelly is borrowing my bikini for tomorrow. I say, who cares about Silverstone? Yeah, I'm off to Silverstone in September. You, says Fury's granddad. Disco, we need rain to clear the dust off the track. I tell you now, the weather does not look like it's going to rain tomorrow night, that is for sure. As here comes BT Targa then on yet another lap. 4 Mercedes at the front, the 5th one down in P11. Not like Fury to be that far off the pace, but maybe just having another, like 2 out laps before he gets his tyres up to temperature. BT Targa crosses the line. Any improvement? Doesn't improve there at all. What can Fury do then? BT's gone back to the pits. Fury coming into the final corner now. What has Fury got in the locker here? Kieran Argent. Oh, a bit of huge wiggle out the final corner. Manages to keep it together. Would have lost a bit of time there. Crosses the line. It's only good enough for 6th. So Fury not having the best of qualifying here, Liam.
No,
he's in the
maybe
pits.
even struggling. So that's somewhere where he doesn't want to be as of the moment. He needs to be on the track, getting those times in, because 6th will get rid of his Q1 stat, if I'm correct as well.
It needs to be first or second to keep that going for 10 weeks in a row. He would have been on pole on the front row of the grid for every race one, not race 2, every race 1. He's got 3 minutes 4 seconds, and we've sometimes said, and I think Kelly says it on a Thursday night, sometimes your second qualifying lap is quicker than your first because your tyres are a bit more up to temperature and are at their optimal temperature compared to your first flying lap. So Fury here has got to make sure he doesn't get caught up in any mischief. Down the order then, Daniel Exmont, KLF now 5th, Fury 6th, Don in 7th, Stealthsoft in 8th, Dean Wysocki well off of his pace down in 9th. Here is Daniel Francis, not seen much of him tonight. Let's go NJ, says Smithy, and Fury burning his tyres up, says Dan in the chat. So Daniel Francis, Dean's just behind, so we'll cut to Dean just after. But can Daniel improve? Just needs half a second to get ahead of Arjun. What can Daniel do as he crosses the line now then? Doesn't improve. What about Dean just behind? He improves and goes up to 7th place with a 25.8. About 1 second, 1.1 off the back of Fury. Then here's KLF. Has he got anything left in the locker? No, he doesn't improve his time there. Quite a significant loss there. Fury, as we know, coming to the end of his outlap. 1 minute 58 left, so should get 2 flying laps at this, because it's 1:23 a flying lap, or 1:25 a flying lap, let's say on average. And Fury will get 2 shots at getting this one done. So that's his outlap done. Stealth Sloth crosses the line, stays P10 at the moment. NJ currently down 12 seconds behind, so not the lap NJ would have wanted. Don improves, couple of attempts, puts him back ahead of Dean Wysocki now into 7th place. In the pits he goes, so Dan, Exmart, Don, Nicky and Smithy are all done. NJ will get 1 more lap in after this, but currently needs to find himself getting a better lap time in. He's 12 seconds off the back. Daniel Francis, DJ Phil massively ruined my lap, came out of the pits and blocked me. Not happy, says Daniel Francis. DJ Phil obviously not aware there, and maybe should have been more aware about his surroundings. As NJ then's going to cross the line, is he up on his time? Is he going to improve? He does. 10 seconds he improves, and that puts him on the back of Dean by 0.3 of a second. DJ Phil next then to cross the line. What can he do? Currently down in P13 and last at the moment. Needs a couple of attempts to go ahead of Smithy. Finds 1.1 seconds to go ahead of Smithy and Stealthsoft. What can Argent do? As he's going to get 1 more flying lap. Doesn't improve that time around. BT Targa, any improvement for him? He does improve and sets a new fastest lap, a 1:23.383. KLF, is he backing off? Will he go for it coming out the final corner? Let's wait and see. He goes now, and yes, he's revving it. That man behind him, though, he needs to be on it for this lap and the next lap. Is Fury going to improve this lap? Let's have a look. He does improve and puts it P2, just short of a 10th off the pole position. 0.08 of a second off of BT Targa. NJ then will be the first man to finish his lap. He's up again, 0.6 of a second. So NJ cracking lap for him at the moment. That'll put him up a few more places. It's obviously in the two-time champ Gary Leach, Gary 131's livery of last year. That's just bad timing, Daniel. I was flashing the lights like a Tyler, says Daniel in the chat. What can NJ do then? It'll be NJ, then Phil, and then it'll be BT and Fury to finish. No, Kelly, BT, Fury. Yeah, BT, Kelly, Fury. Whichever way. NJ crosses the line. Does he improve? He does. He goes P7. Now we go back to DJ Phil. Can he improve? Can he find about 6-7 of a second to get himself in front of Nicky? Nicky not out there on track. What can DJ Phil do? Dean will be disappointed that he wasn't in the 24s like he was in practice. DJ Phil then round that final corner. He's got Don Productions right behind. No, he hasn't. He's got BT Togger, I think, right behind him. We go to BT. Has he got anything more in the tank? He has! He finds a bit more time, a 23.272. It'll be Fury then Kelly. Can Fury find the 0.2 that he needs to take pole? Or is it a BT Togger pole position once again? Here he crosses the line now. He's improved, but it's not enough, so it's only second place to continue that run of form for Fury. BT Targa lands himself his 4th pole position of the season. Argent right there with his teammate in P3. You then go to Daniel Francis, who's got 4th place. Good lap from him in this one so far. Not the worst qualifying for Daniel. He'll take that in Q1, seeing as he averages 5th. So a 4th place will do. A 4th place will be brilliant. Xmart then in P5, not where he'd have wanted to be, but still there nonetheless. The 5 Mercedes at the top. KLF then into 6th place at the moment. NJ down in 7th. Good qualifying for NJ right at the end as well. Left it to the last minute, but got that one done. Don Productions gets an 8th place in the Audi. Dean Wysocki down in 9th, which isn't that great for his average qualifying. Keeps it at 8th actually, so it doesn't really ruin it. Nicky, not the best from him, down in P10. Then it's DJ Phil Green in 11th. Then we have Stealth Sloth in P12. We've got Smithy in P13, and that is your grid. So we didn't get Aiden or Alfie in, but we are getting ready for race 1. Don't forget, the pit window is lap 8. Who is going to get the best start here? Who is going to do the better job? What will be 3 drivers on double points. One of them is Aiden, so he misses race 1. So that's not what Aiden wants, missing race 1 on a double points night. Last time for him to take them. So he'll have to score big in that second race. The next two will be revealed after this race. Ready for race 2, as them two are on track at the moment. Big night. Liam, prediction for the win.
Like I've said Fury already, but now seeing the pace of BT Targa, I'm going to have to put him in there, because Fury just doesn't seem to be able to hack it at the moment for this track, and he seems to be struggling, and BT Targa just looks like he's going around like it's putting a knife through butter.
Well, let's see who will win this one. KLF said Monkey Boy earlier. Let's get your predictions in as well for the race win. You've done the mega job of hitting that like button for 20 likes before the first race. Let's see how big we can get towards the end of the night. But the race is getting ready to start here. 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Brilliant California weather. And what can these drivers do in this one, Liam?
Just give us a good race. Just give us what we want. Just spectacular races, some amazing overtakes, and that should do us all well.
Well then, we are all ready to go. We've got all 13 drivers ready. We're going to be lights out in just a moment. What are these boys going to be able to do then? It's a long wait for the lights. The lights come on now. You just hear them roaring. It's green here. I'm not sure if Fury jumped the start there. It definitely looked like he got away a bit before the lights went out. We'll have to keep our eyes on that one though. But BT Targa already under pressure. Didn't get the best of start, side by side as they head down towards a long swooping left-hander. Fury very wide. And that is NJ who's got a good start. He's already got himself past Daniel Francis. And Kelly has been bogged down at the start there. Then has lost out to Daniel Francis, to Don. NJ, and I think Dean Wysocki managed to get himself past KLF as well, but Fury on the back of BT already in the lead. They've gapped Argent. Argent's got a huge gap back to NJ, who's got himself, where's Xmart? Xmart's dropped to 11th, so he's had a poor start there. And at the moment, these guys roaring it around the track. 1-2, and then a huge gap back to Argent already as BT Targa runs a bit wide onto the dirty stuff outside the curb. Back on the track ahead of Fury. Fury with his lights on. Around the left-hander up towards the corkscrew we go for the first time. Dean, he must have had a spin or something somewhere because he's dropped right down to 13th and well off the back of the pack. And Fury, I'm not really going to do it in the corkscrew then, as BT just kind of messes it up, and Fury has a look and cuts back, and how they don't touch there I do not know, but Fury at the minute hanging on in there with BT Targa making a few mistakes.
Yes indeed, and what's to be one of the best laps so far in the GT3 for the Pro-Am from what we've seen anyway. But some cracking action happening already, and it's already between first and second for what could be an amazing race.
Now Xmart is in the pits at the end of lap 1, so does that state significant damage at the minute for Xmart then? He's in the pits already. Don't know if we can go back and have a look. The car doesn't seem to be too bad. KLF as well, he's coming to the pits at the end of lap 1, so both on them, maybe them two had a coming together, and that's why Xmart and Kelly dropped down the order a little bit there then. But Kelly's car, you see there, bump hanging off. Maybe a bit of... Oh, Xmart I think's had a drive-through because he's in and out. I think Xmart's got a drive-through, Liam.
Oh.
He's in and out there. I've not seen any pit. Yeah, I've not seen any pit crew then, but I think Xmart's had a drive-through. He was in and out of that pit. NJ made a mistake for Don Productions to get up into P5 at the moment. Another light there, says Dan Davis. Come on, boys, keep clean. Dan, have you seen the new Audi? Excuse me, the new Audi R8 GT3. Come on, guys, come on. Fury says peaceful stepdad in the chat. Well, forget the new Audi R8. The old Audi R8 is under pressure. There's a flash of the lights there from NJ towards the corkscrew, and Don allows NJ through there. That was did Don outbrake himself? Not quite sure, but Nicky now on the back of Don Productions. Then DJ Phil. Dean's got himself back ahead of Smithy and Stealth Sloth, so not sure what's happened there. But Xmart then seemed to have been a drive-through penalty because his in-lap wasn't pit stop worthy, as that's Argent who's made a mistake. Argent there has had a bit of an off, a huge off in fact, and that has caused him to drop down the order. Was P3, he's now dropped down to P8 and is now behind DJ Phil, and will have Dean Wasocki a couple of seconds behind him, so not the second lap that Argent would have wanted.
No, and no driver would be wanting anything like that, especially being so early in the race.
1-2 DT, says Daniel Francis, so I assume that's BT and Fury with a drive-through penalty. So maybe the leaders, I said Fury looked like he jumped the start, missed BT Targa, but maybe they both have then. So both the leaders have a drive-through penalty. Will have to pit twice in this race, once for a drive-through, once for their stop. So that could have really ruined Fury's race. Kelly then may not be dead and buried just yet with his early pit stop. Well. A few drivers there. The lights seemed to be on for it seemed to take a while for the lights to come on, and then the lights was on for a very long time, Liam.
Yeah, maybe the game just taking its time, but I'm sure, as we all know, the lights aren't always the same. They can always go slower, maybe quicker sometimes. I know I have personally myself realised they have gone quicker sometimes on their own.
Nicky here. Nicky here on the back of Don Productions, looking to get through. Someone's just tuned into the personal stream. Head over to SimPlay Motorsport on YouTube. Go to the smash the like button on there and leave us a comment. As Nicky then on the back of Don Productions so far, who's got NJ just in front of him. Argent then has got past DJ Phil. Now what has happened to Dean again, because he's now dropped back behind Stealth Sloth, Smithy and Xmart, and he's back down in 12th place. Is closer to Kelly. So he's closer to Smithy than Kelly, but Kelly now could see Dean in front of him, as Don then taking a wide. It's nice to see these different lines through turn one, isn't it? The difference in line as BT Targa starting to pull out a heck of a gap over Fury.
Yeah, it's always nice to see different things happening in races, obviously. As we both know, it just gives us something else to talk about during the race.
There's Argent then in the background trying to hunt these three down and get that position back. If the two leaders do have a drive-through penalty, any of these guys could be up for that race win, because that could really ruin it for Fury and BT Targa, Liam. The drive-through and then the pit stop, they've got to go through the pits twice.
Yes, indeed they do, and it's something that happens in races. Sometimes you might accidentally just jump the start by even just a millisecond, and it's just something that happens and you can't really avoid.
Now, what has happened to Fury then? Because Fury has lost out to Daniel Francis. Where is Fury? He's there. So he's had an off somewhere. Not only does he have the drive-through, but he's lost a couple of places. In he comes now. Let's stay with Fury then. Is this drive-through? I do believe it should be. No, oh, he nearly hits the pit wall on the entrance there then. No no pit crew coming out then for Fury. Drive through he takes, and he's now made a mistake. So Fury at the minute is struggling around here, Liam. Dan said in the chat he's struggling in qualifying. He's struggling in the race. Where is KLF? That's the big question. Coming towards the final corner as Fury's just about to get the hammer down. But the big thing now, Liam, is Fury's got to do all that plus a little stop for his pit stop.
Yeah, and it could mean we might have to wait a bit longer for him to get that record, a new record, obviously with 13 wins instead of the 12 of Jamie Brazier.
BT Targa then leads from Daniel Francis by 11 seconds. NJ is now in P3. He's got Nicky on the back of him as Nicky has managed to get himself past Don. Don himself has Argent and has Argent on the rear. BT Targa just makes a little mistake there. Does he keep that one going? I think Dean's made a mistake. There's a stopped blue dot on the map. Gets going now. Yep, Dean making an error there and drops himself down to last place as BT Targa did not pit. Daniel Francis then ahead of these, and then it's NJ, Nicky, Don, Argent now on the back. Argent made that mistake earlier on. Is he struggling the same as Fury, I wonder? Is he? Oh, he goes very deep in towards that little right-hander there, flicks it back across. Is he going to look up the inside and try and outbrake Don Productions? No, but gets very close under the brakes to do so. And look at these four, Liam. Great little drive. 2 Porsches, a Mercedes and an Audi. 3 different manufacturers in this little battle as well. On all 4 as well, in a different team.
Yeah, and that's what you like to see. Obviously, different teams battling it out, as Kieran looked very deep there, but keeps it going. But
apologies, I've not been looking at the chat for a second. Kelly had a drive-through as well.
Oh.
Kelly Davis and Dan Davis just putting in the chat, Kelly had a DT. So, Kelly, Xmot, BT, Fury, all having drive-throughs, jumping the start. So, Kelly has got to pit again. Don, very wide. That's going to allow Argent up the inside. And thank you, Mama, for the carrots. He says, job done. That one is done. I know, I've read it. Matt, tell him, Liam, tell him. Yeah, I've read your comment now. I'm stood up. It's too hot to sit down. I'm stood up, so I can't see the comments. I'm stood. So Kelly has had a drive-through. So has a few of the others. I think someone's just gone through the pit. Who's that at the end of the corner? Is that Dean? Yeah, no, Dean's not been in the pits. Dean obviously made the mistake. He's just way down at the moment. BT then choosing to still not do his drive-through and still has to pit. Don't forget the pit window is at the end of lap 8, Jamie, if you're listening. End of lap 8, not lap 7 to start lap 8. Lap 8, end of. Unlike last week where he picked himself up a 30-second time penalty for not completing his mandatory stop. As Argent then round the final corner on the back of Nicky, as NJ just in front. And I tell you what, with BT and Fury and Xmot and Nick and Kelly having a drive-through, Daniel Francis, NJ, Nicky, Argent, Don could all look like for some good podium points here. And a podium, maybe a first win for Daniel Francis. Argent, very wide, exit to turn 1. Don tries to go back up the inside. Argent will try and keep it there and manages to get back in front. Sorry, Liam, what was you going to say?
He nearly got it at last week, or Silverstone, should I say.
DJ Phil into the pits. So has he got significant damage? Obviously that is the way to go in the Pro-Am. If you can pit, and that front end looks a bit smashed in if you ask me, you can pit and not have to re-pit. We are testing something for next week. Jamie Brazier on the Iron Brew Racing channel. Matt's copying me where he means by standing up all the time. It must be, that's Nicky and NJ both off. Nicky round, NJ keeps it going, but that's allowed Argent and Don up to 4th and 3rd at this moment in time. NJ gets back going in P5, Nicky now in P6 recovering, but will have Fury on the back of him. DJ Phil then the first man to make a proper stop. We've had 3 guys in the pits and they've not stopped for their pit stop. DJ Phil the first one. It must be the heat affecting everybody, says Peaceful Stepdad. DJ
Phil's gone a lap early.
No, don't forget we're trying something in the Pro. The front end smashed up, so if they've got significant damage they can pit before the window. It's Pro where you have to pit twice. We changed it for the Pro-Am mid-season to test something out for Season 4. So DJ Phil well within his rights, but if he gets asked about his damage, he has to provide the evidence if required. So then, Don now up to 4th behind Argent, but Argent's got past him. Here's Fury looking on the back of Nicky, and Fury now P7 after his little spin and his drive-through penalty. He's got all that work to do again, and he's got a late dive up the inside. And I tell you what, did he just tap the rear of Nicky? He's let Nicky go, so maybe just to give Nicky that place. It was a late move, Liam, and a move up the inside when the door was pretty much shut.
Yeah,
he's touched the grass! Oh, I tell you what, he's done well not to lose that there.
Yes, he has. Yeah, but it was quite a late move. Didn't obviously get anything done with it. No one spun out, so I mean, it could have been a lot worse than what it looked to have been.
Yeah, not firmly up alongside the inside of him, was he, eh?
No.
Back down to Stealth Sloth then. He's got Smithy just ahead of him there, and then it's KLF just up the road from both of them. They've got Dean Wasocki a good 20-odd seconds behind us. Fury here, gonna try and get closer to Nicky and have a look at the corkscrew. Gains a lot of time into that braking zone of the corkscrew. Daniel Francis then into the pits at the end of lap 8.
So he's the first one.
First one to pit, yeah.
Pit
in. Good stop. Out he comes. That is Argent, and Don will get past. NJ, Fury and Nicky should also find their way past, but they've all got to pit. Fury now, though, has a run on Nicky, and he's going to look up the inside of Nicky going into turn 1. Daniel Francis is just off the limiter now, and Fury gets that job done on Nicky before turn 1 braking zone even comes up. Nicky's going to come back at him, though. Fury very deep, loses the rear, and he's round. He's not round, he manages to hold it. Could have come straight across pit entry there and catch Daniel Francis, so he had to be aware that he couldn't go that way because Daniel Francis was there, and now he has lost the rear. I'm not sure what happened there, but Fury has lost the rear.
A bit of contact.
Well, maybe. Then contact with Daniel Francis, maybe. Smithy, he's got himself into the pits at the end of lap 8 as well, so pit stop starting to happen early doors here for these guys. Is Dean going to bring himself in, get his stop out of the way? That'd possibly be one of the more sensible things to do. No, he's not. He's going to carry on his way, so he's not going to get that one in. I'd have brought it in earlier if I was Dean and try and pick off the drivers making mistakes. BT Targa still not done his drive-through penalty yet and has to pit as well at the same time as Argent then into what is practically is it net first, 25 seconds behind. I mean, that's a heck of a job BT Targa's done already. Now, when does Argent think about pitting? What are the team's decisions here because of Fury having to pit as well? But with Fury having another spin, he may have X-Mart and KLF on the back of him soon, having a nervous poo. Come on, Fury, says Dan Davis in the chat. As Argent then puts his best lap of the race in with a 25.5. He's 24.5 seconds off the back now. That is Smithy coming out the pits. And that is Fury. That might be why Argent didn't pit. As Fury at the end of lap 9, he's brought himself in for his stop. So Fury now in for his pit stop. Good decision that with BT not making his drive through, Liam, or do you think BT's got this one in the bag?
I think it's a bit of a mix because BT is 25 seconds in front, which is roughly how long it does take to do a pit stop, but then to do another maybe 25 seconds yet again would keep him still in front of Fury. Now let's not forget he's already got a good 30-40 odd second gap to Fury as we wait for that. Well, X-Mart's 48 behind BT, so he may even have a 50 second gap back to Fury. Going to lose what, about 20 seconds, 25 seconds for the drive through, and then he's, so I think BT's got this one in the bag. Stealth Sloth, he's got himself into the pits as well. Oh, Nicky had another mistake. Yeah, he has, coming through the left-hander towards the corkscrew. Another mistake there by Nicky. That could get X-Mart on the back of him soon, and X-Mart's ahead of Fury now, still to pit his X-Mart. But Fury and Kelly are the two cars on the track. Not quite close enough to each other yet. Dean still not brought himself into the pits. If I was Dean, I'd have brought himself in. Come on, Fury, keep it together, says Fury's Grand at Eyebrow Racing. How many laps is this race? It's a 22-lap race. And at the minute, these guys really pushing the limits. Daniel Francis, don't forget, the first one of the leaders to pit, so could be net first place after BT Targa pits and does his drive-through penalty. That's going to be the one that we have to keep our eyes on. Daniel Francis to BT Targa, that gap 39 seconds, and none of them two yet have came in. Dan Francis P5 at the minute. We was in a party with him before we came on earlier, and I said to him, I'll speak to you after the race. If not during, you might get a podium. He's looking very good for a podium. Yes, he is, and if I'm right, everyone in front of him still yet to pit. With BT having to do his drive-through and pit, would put him on net first, if I'm correct. Depending
on the time between them, we'll have to keep our eyes on that gap at the moment, because depending on how long BT goes, BT starts lap 12, so he's not pitted yet. And it's going to be interesting to see what happens here. So Stovsoff and DJ Phil and Smithy have all pitted behind Dean and Kelly. Where will they come out? What will happen with them two then? As Fury's mum, evening all, come on Fury, she says. Dean then coming into the pit at the end of lap 10 for himself. So Dean in the pits, and I think that's a smart move for Dean. The guys around him have pitted. He's got to get himself in, and he's also going to get out of Argent's way, as Smithy will pass Dean here. So Smithy will get Dean done. Now will Stealth Sloth get Dean done? Smithy sets his best lap of the race. Stealth Sloth as well. He passes Dean Wysocki. Where's DJ Phil? Oh, him and Daniel Francis both wide at the final corner. Have they had a coming together? That may stop DJ Phil getting past Dean, but the two ready, set, go McLarens not looking great at the minute. Hello Fury's mum, says Dan Davis, and DJ Phil does get past Dean. So Dean down to last place. Nicky now enters the pits at the end of lap 12 I think, sorry, lap 11 for him. So Nicky in, And Dean then, behind his teammate. But what happened with Daniel Francis? BT Targa! He's had a huge off! Facing the wrong way. Gets it turned around. No, he doesn't! He's still struggling to get it pointing the right way. That sounds like a Porsche behind him who's had to avoid him there. Argent is right in the box seat now. Argent surely has to pit. That is Kelly about to try and unlap himself from BT Targa. And BT's in. Now let's stay with BT Targa. Is this for his drive-through penalty? Kelly will help you in a bit. Beth, hi all. I'm stuck, Matt, says Dan Davis. Beth, who says Dan Davis? BT Target in for his drive-through. Where is Argent? Not pitting. Not pitting. So he's going to be closer to BT Target as BT's going to be coming out the pits now. Bit sticky in there, is it, Dan? As hi, Dan, says Fiore's mum. Good evening, Bethany, says Peaceful Stepdad. I don't think Argent's going to get BT Target here. I think Kieran should have pitted.
Yeah, he probably should have, but he still has to keep in mind that BT will have to pit for a second time, obviously, because of drive. But
Argent's still got to pit as well at the moment, so Argent, although he's in a decent position, isn't being able to get ahead of BT at the moment. I think Argent should have pitted there and took his chances, but BT's made a huge mistake on the last lap. Don and NJ, they've not pitted yet. Daniel Francis still the lead car to have pitted, and is 16 seconds off the back of Don, off the back of BT Targa, should I say. So what I'm thinking is, does this now put Daniel Francis in the box seat to the race lead? There is Don Productions gaining on the back of Smithy to put a lap on him, as Dean now has got back ahead of DJ Phil and needs to hunt down Stealth Sloth and Smithy. Smithy and Dean having a little battle in the championship, an upper hand at the moment going to Smithy in race 1. If it stays this way, lap 13 of 22, you've got to get yourself to lap 18 to score points. And not the lead car lap 18. You've got to have completed 18 laps to score a point. Argent right on the back of BT Target. Now, do we see anybody dive to the pit lane? No, not at the moment. We don't. Daniel Francis gaining on the back of NJ as Don still trying to lap Smithy. Remember, GT3s, the back markers don't have to get out of the way, but Smithy there obliged to let Don go. He knows that his race is behind him with Stealth Sloth and Dean Wasaki. There is NJ trying to catch Don, and there is Daniel trying to catch NJ. The top 4 still having to pit at the moment. BT, X-Mark's got to come back in. NJ, Don, Argent, all having to pit in this race. I can't see it, Dan, says Bethany Ann Duffin. Come on, pro laps now, mate. Just a champion, says Dan Davis. Yeah, you beat your husband, Beth, so I've got to give him that one. As Argent then is hunting down BT, but BT's just extended that gap a little bit over the course of the end of that lap and the beginning of this lap, Liam.
Yeah, he has, and he's going to be hoping he can get as much of a gap between all of these guys as he can.
Argent there just running onto the sandy outer edge of the track. Now, don't forget last lap, Liam, BT Targa had a problem at this part of the circuit, the left-hander. Is he going to be able to get around it this time? Okay. Yeah, all seems good there this time around. But Argent then, when do these guys pit? That's the question. Daniel Francis has dropped off the back of NJ a little bit. BT Targa stays out. Argent stays out. I'm surprised Argent hasn't tried to undercut BT Targa here.
Yes, I'm very surprised at that too, but maybe he's got different plans in his head at the moment. Don
Production still yet to come into the pits. He's not diving in either. He's comfortably in third. Now, what has happened to NJ? And Daniel Francis has just dropped off the back of NJ as well. Fury then up to 6th. He's pitted, so Fury has done his stop and is currently P6, 29 seconds off the back of BT Targa. DJ Phil, wow, where's he off to? Phil. He's off to Neverland with the looks of things as X-Mark was coming into the pits there. X-Mark, and I think, who's that else coming into the pits? Oh, it's Smithy! What has happened to Smithy then? He's coming into the pits for a second time. What a shame. I got to do some training ready for IndyCars. Hopefully I can have a fight with my teammate Ben Parkey, says Dan Davis. IndyCars coming shortly on a Friday night. Gary Evening, all 2-time pro champ signing in. Come on, Team Cool Runnings. Few tweaks done in the workshop this week. Looking for it to pay off. Well, at the minute with NJ, it's P4 and is paying off. But he's still got to pit, and he's got Daniel Francis gaining on him. Dean then ahead of Smithy, crucially for the championship, Liam. But he's ahead of his teammates as well at the moment. So more points between himself and Smithy. And Phil there has lost the rear of the car. And that has ruined that bit for Phil. Now Argent is now 3 seconds behind BT Targa was half a second slower on the last lap. BT has checked out. What does Argent do here? He's got to surely think about pitting and getting that undercut.
Yes, he does, and from what it looks like he may be going to the last lap. Now, get me...
correct you if you're wrong.
Correct me if I'm wrong. There we go. I think that's what he's doing. It don't make sense why he's going so long without pitting, and it kind of makes sense to try and get that gap between him and Don to come down, but you might want to try and pit before Don, because...
Well, Don and NJ still got to pit as well, Liam, so strategy coming into it. Could they undercut Kieran? Is Kieran going to try and undercut BT? Let's not forget that, let's take our hats off to BT Targa. He's had a drive-through, came out just in the lead, and now is well up the road, nearly 5 seconds up the road from Argent, and they've still got to pit, but so has Argent, so he's doing a mega job so far. Dean Wasocki trying to gain on Stoff. I think that was Kelly or Nicky behind BT Targa there. It's one of the Team Prolapse Porsches. It's yeah, it's KLF then behind him. Yeah, it's KLF. So he's trying to hunt down his teammate. 8 seconds up the road is Nicky. Nicky not really gaining on X-Mark much, although that's not much of a gap either. Fury though. Oh, Argent's round! Argent's round, and is that the race win gone? He's spun it round again, but not got it pointing in the right direction. He gets it on track now. Surely just chuck it in the pits, and he does indeed. So Argent comes in then, and now we see where Daniel Francis, where Fury will be after these pit stops. Does Don bring it in this lap? Lap 16 of 22. Is Don going to bring it into the pits? No, he's not. He's going to keep going for another lap. What about NJ? We know Daniel Francis has already pitted. NJ's going to keep himself out as well. Daniel Francis should get the job over Argent, especially now Argent's had that spin. Argent, I think he's only just leaving his pit box, and there's Fury. So Fury is not out of this for a race win yet. He's still in it.
Oh, so after everything that's happened so far with Fury, he is still going strong to maybe even still go for that race win.
Oh, Sloth touched the gravel there and loses it towards the left of circuit. Rejoins now as Daniel Francis and NJ got through. He's just ahead of Fury. Sorry, Liam.
Yeah, after all that's happened with Fury so far in this race, not only having to do a drive-through, but having to obviously pit for a second time, and will be in at least second after this.
Daniel Francis could be on for his first race win here at SimPlay Motorsport. That's Fury! Fury has had a huge slide into the wall. Did he touch it? I think he kept it going. There's his teammate Argent. Surely team orders coming to play that Argent stays behind Fury, but I don't know. I think he will, you know. He tucks back in now. Come on, Fury, says Peaceful Stepdad. But the two forever forward Mercedes-Benz here just starting to look a bit unstable. This is really giving Daniel Francis and BT Targa the upper hand, Liam.
Yes, it is, and it is coming to the end of the race where everything matters now, and these guys will be pushing like there's no tomorrow, and
NJ and Don and BT. Sorry, Liam. NJ, Don, BT still not going into the pits. Fury's mum, come on, Fury. You can do it, buddy. Well, he's got to get his head back on his shoulders, get him cooled down a little bit. Fury's mum, give him a drink. Tell him to just take a breather a second, because he's all over the place, losing it everywhere he goes at the minute. Daniel Francis can be patient behind NJ, but not too patient, as he's going to look up the inside. He'll be on the outside for the next part. Does the Mercedes have the legs? No. Tucks back in behind NJ. There in the background, though, is Fury.
Yes, so Fury, much as he's had it off, just
that Mercedes is looking twitchy. Fury just needs to take a breather, just needs to calm it down. He needs to back off for a half a lap, just to get them tyres to cool down a bit here. They're going to be a bit warm with all the sliding around that he's doing. Daniel Francis, though, still on the back of NJ. BT, Don, NJ still left to pit. And that is everybody. In fact, the top three are the only three not pitted yet. Daniel Francis can be patient. Fury's Mercedes at the minute is all over the place to the corkscrew. Not going to get an overtake done there when they're all that tight together. And the gap out front now, Daniel Francis 30 seconds behind BT Targa. Does he maybe need to get ahead of NJ to stand a chance of winning the race? Not like that. He stays it together, keeps it together at the minute.
No, he stayed up.
chuck a bucket of water over him, says Fury's granddad. NJ's wide, and is that what Daniel Francis needed to be released ahead of the Porsche? And into P3 goes Daniel. The top two in front of him now have to pit, and can Daniel just close that gap a little bit on BT Targa? BT being able to just cruise and back off a little bit to keep his tyres together. Fury, well, he was behind these guys. It looks like he may have dropped off a little more. He's there, so he's not a million miles away from Daniel Francis, but at the minute, he's outscoring his closest rival in KLF 900, who is down in P9, losing out points to Exmart at this moment in time. Good race so far, Liam. Great race.
Oh, brilliant race. This is one of the best races that I have commentated on so far in our GT3 category.
Brilliant little scrap we're seeing here. Hopefully the Bro lads are watching and can do this tomorrow. BT, though, at the end of lap 19, has decided to bring himself in. So then, how long is this stop going to be? He's gapped Daniel Francis enough, he feels enough. He's in, he's out. Job done, in like a flash, out like a flash. And like the flash, will rock it away to a race win now, surely.
Yeah, unless if he makes a mistake, there's no doubt he's got this race win.
Yeah, Dan Davis in the chat. Fury needs to learn to keep his cool. Don't make a mistake, or BT Target will take the advantage. NJ then in lap 19 as well. He comes into the pits. So just Don to pit then, and Daniel Francis still second, but Fury's gaining on him here. Now, where will NJ come out? I reckon NJ will only lose to Argent here, so not the massive loss, just one place to Argent. Not the worst thing for him, because Xmart's a bit way down the track. He's only at the corkscrew, look. Now, Xmart, 11 seconds to Nicky. Nicky, 11 seconds to his teammate. Dean is on the back of Stealth Sloth for P10. So Dean looking for some good points. I don't know if we can just see a bit of that one at the moment. There's Dean. You should see the Porsche of Stealth Sloth just up in front. Oh, he's not just up in front, actually. The timing screen saying they're half a second apart. They're actually 3.5 seconds. The timing screen's got that one a bit wrong. We'll come back to Dean in a minute. Let's go back to Don and Daniel Francis, who was as close ever. And Daniel Francis, you have to say at the moment, is being so patient. 25 people watching the stream, 22 likes. Guys, hit that thumbs up button. Smash the subscribe if you are new to the channel. Let's get as many likes as we can before the end of race one. Let's get the 25 likes before the end of race one, as that would be absolutely mega to these guys, to us in the commentary box, and to these guys out there on the track. Daniel Francis, though, has been patient all night, has now got past Don. Fury's got to deal with Don for a little bit now, Liam, as we say hello to the wall in the chat. Come on, Kelly.
Yeah, not really much you can say about that.
Don then still not coming into the pits. There is always race 2. Don then still not coming to the pits. Don's lost the rear of the car. We have had a retirement, and that is DJ Phil. So we'll have to see if DJ Phil got to lap 18 or not. If he didn't get to lap 18, no points for DJ Phil in this one then. Now, what can Daniel Francis do? He's got the championship leader on the back of him. Daniel Francis isn't in a championship fight. He's got nothing to lose. He'll want a P2 for his mid-table battle with NJ and Don Productions. He'll want this. Don then after his spin, he may lose out to NJ after the pit stops. We'll have to wait and see, but he's got to pit at the end of this lap regardless, otherwise he'll get disqualified from the race. But at the minute, cracking drive. I say it again, this race has been non-stop.
Yes, and let's hope we can carry all of this into race 2, and in fact let's hope we can carry this over till tomorrow as well.
Yes, the wall, bring on the wall, says Dan Davis in the chat. The wall, a fan favourite here at SimPlay after his contribution in the 24-hour Nürburgring for cancer research. What a job the wall did in that, in terms of his generous donation, and Gary won through. In fact, everybody who donated. Brilliance. As Fury then, a bit of a flash to Daniel Francis here, knowing that he's there. Now, Fury's got a mistake in him, Liam, but at the minute, Daniel Francis keeping him at bay, and only has to keep him at bay for one more time around the block.
Yes, indeed, and like you've already said, this will do miracles with his battle in the mid-table. So he's going to be looking for this, like, you figured that part out.
Yeah,
he'll be looking like Ilya.
So Don into the pits on lap 21. Let's just go and check on Dean and Stealth Sloth, see if Dean's gained any, like the timing screen says. He's gained a little bit, but not a lot. 1.1 second is the gap. So we'll go back to Fury and BT and Daniel Francis. Is Fury then? Is he going to pull alongside? Has he got the job done? A bit of a rub between the two of them. Daniel Francis going to try and keep it in there then as they come down towards the left-hander. Daniel Francis will have that inside line. I don't think Fury's got the job done yet. And Daniel Francis, Fury has to get out of that. Daniel Francis goes deep, and Fury spins. He's lost it all on his own, and that could be the race. That is going to be the race win for BT Targa. I think we need to go back to him, because he's coming to the end of this one. But BT Targa is going to win round 19 of the season here at Laguna Seca, the first race of tonight. We've got a second race later to come, but what a job from BT Targa. Likes to flag drive-through penalty and a pit stop. Great job from BT. Daniel Francis then looks like he's going to get second place. Fury then is well off the back. That is a Team Prolapse car in the middle. That's Kelly or Nicky then in the middle of them two. Daniel,
Fury!
They're going into the pits with 1 lap to go. I don't quite know why. That is Kelly going into the pits. Not sure why Kelly's in. But Daniel Francis will take a P2 now. Will Fury hang on for second here? For third, sorry. His teammate is right behind him. Yeah, looks like he's going to get this one done. Looks like his tyres just gave up at the end. Fury then third. Argent fourth. Good points for the team. NJ then P5. Good result for NJ in this one at the moment. He's not yet finished. Where is he? He's there. Dean did get Stealth Sloth in the end, so good job for Dean Wasaki. Kelly, not sure why he's in the pits, but is. But NJ then going to take a P5. Don Productions, decent result for the 6th place that he got, or he's going to get. He's got X-Mark right on the back of him as I say that, actually, so it's not done yet. So yeah, Don will get 6th. X-Mark then is going to take a P7. That is Stealth Sloth finishing in 11th place just behind. As we await, Nicky's already done, so that is going to be a 8th place for Nicky. Kelly has finished and has got P9. Dean Wasaki has done and got P10. And Smithy bringing up the rear for P12. Now, question is, who got fastest lap? And did DJ Phil complete 18 laps? Well, the fastest lap of the race goes the way of BT Targa, so he has been on it in this one. Did DJ Phil get to 18 laps? He did the 18th lap, so he gets the points for 13th place. And we're going to take a very short break. We'll be back in just a moment, where you'll be able to get the driver interviews from the top 3, and we'll be back with race 2. Don't go anywhere. Oh. What a race.
What a race.
What a race.
Put me at the edge of my bed.
Oh, that was a yeah, that was a good one. I was stood up for the entire thing.
Let's hope it's like that tomorrow.
Let's hope it's like it's again now.
Yeah, well,
I think Fury's tyres went off. Why have we only got 13 drivers then? Don, BT, Daniel, Smithy.
You have to tell me top 3 in a sec.
Yeah.
Give me a minute. Play together.
Where's Dean? No, he's... Fury, BT and Daniel Francis.
Right. There we go. Yeah, I'm sure Dean should be more up the grid than where he is.
Yeah, he should be.
But anyway, talking less of disgraces.
So Aiden makes up 15 out of 18. There should be 17. No Alphys. There should be 16. So who else is missing?
How many times has DJ Phil retired now then?
Don't know, but it's only if you don't get 3/4 distance.
Wait, so if you retire before 3/4 distance, it then goes on to your thing?
Yeah.
Ah, right.
So who has left? So, well done, BT.
Oh, cheers, thanks, matey. Thank you.
Well done.
How many have you jumped that start there?
Oh, I didn't. It was like, I think it was 4 or 5 of us. I couldn't count quickly, but I must admit, I thought I got it just right. But when I see it, I was like, oh no. But I see a few others. I had a feeling it might have been a glitch or anything, but obviously it must have been just us few.
How the fuck can you have vegan leather?
Vegan leather? Where'd you grab that from?
That's a brilliant one. Yeah, have you read that?
I'm on that wheel website again, and it said vegan leather.
It's Fury there. Fury's there, yeah. Argent's there.
I'm sure vegan is something that just eats shit, not.
So yeah, we're just waiting on Aiden. Come on, Aiden. Oh, right. Well, we're just waiting for the others.
Have you sent another invite out of you?
No, same lobby. Oh. We know, same lobby, because
same lobby. Okay.
With the American tracks, there's no garages. So if you retired, the way we set it up on the Teams thing, if you retire, Xmart won't be able to pit then.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, because we found this out at Long Beach last year, because there's no garages at the American tracks, it just puts you in your pit box. So it makes you do a drive-through penalty, and then disqualifies you a lap before the end, because it says you've not done your mandatory pit stop. So like a couple of races last year, we had to do a count back to the lap before. So yeah. Right, I'm just going to pop to the toilet quickly.
I learned something new. God, it's so hot. God.
It told me about it.
Yeah, whereabouts are you in the country?
Midlands, same as Matt.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I only live, half hour away from him.
Oh, really?
Well, I'm having to go to his recently to be able to go on wheel because my stand's a bit broke, so...
Oh, no, that's annoying. Everything's a bit expensive these days and all, isn't it?
Unfortunately, it is. But, I mean, it is what it is, I suppose, in end of the day.
You seen that, that new Gran Turismo Fanatic coming out?
No, I didn't even know they was making another Gran Turismo.
Yeah, so it's there's a new Gran Turismo coming out, but it's only on the PS5. Annoyingly, that's what I read anyway. It may change, but yeah, Fanatic have made. Well, when I say budget, I mean budget for them. Like they've got the rights to the GT wheel. I think over Thrustmaster this time. And it's a direct drive one. It's got a little unit, a direct drive bit behind it.
Right.
Yeah, look it up anyway. Like I'm not sure when it's coming.
What's that for?
There's a Fanatic like sponsored by Gran Turismo new wheel coming out.
Oh yeah, Peaceful said that. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a direct drive one. It looks a lovely bit of kit, but obviously, it's cheap for Fanatic, but still expensive for me.
Yeah.
But Fanatic, you can go as high as you want, can't you? So you can buy steering wheels for £500 if you want just a steering wheel, can't you?
Yeah, that's it. Right, let's go. Cause Cameron's just texted me saying I don't think Fury's joining an interview. I'll put that on the side of there.
Who else is in the room? I know. So Fury's not in.
Fury's not coming. Daniel Francis and then yourself.
Okay.
I'm in. I never got an interview. I just came in.
Oh, well done, Dan.
Party. Cheers. You were just unstoppable.
Oh, I just felt really good with the car. The only time I cocked up was I caught the dirt on a lap that I was trying to come in on, and it all went wrong. But yeah, I was because I had the drive-through. I was just trying to really battle the car as hard as I could at early stages to make any gap.
Yeah, me, it's just some of them are just so aggressive when you're trying to overtake. There's nothing you can do.
No.
Right, we're gonna go back live.
Yeah.
Welcome back to SimPlay Motorsport for the second round of the evening, the final round tonight, round 20 in the season. 5 left to go in the championship, and things are hotting up in that title race between Fury and KLF 900. 6 points. Fury needs to outscore Kelly now to win that title in this second race, so it is all pretty much but done for Fury at the moment. We've got 2 of the top 3 in the chat at the moment. Fury leads then 397 to KLF's 273. X marks third then on 239, with Nicky fourth on 217. Argent, after a mistake with the spreadsheets, what didn't register Argent's double points, so he's 5th on 203. BT Targa, who is on double points tonight, 194. Can he catch Argent and Nicky before the end of the season? NJ as well on double points, he's on 169. Daniel Francis then on 162. Don Productions 156, with DJ Fell on 139. Dean Wasocki on 123, ahead of Smithy on 117. Stealth Sloth on 104. Alfie 93 and Aidan Bennett 38 on double points and in for race 2. And in the constructors race, Forever Forward 110 points clear of Team Prolapse now. They need to outscore them by 120 points to win the title. Team Prolassi still hanging on in there as well, but they are a bit further back. 433 there on 167 behind Forever Forward Racing. Team Cool Runnings still comfortably in 3rd place, ahead of Ready Set Go, Piston Broke, Lone Wolf Motorsport, MC Motorsport and AA 3D Printing. We've got Daniel Francis and we've got BT Target in the commentary box, and we'll start with Daniel then. P2, I don't think you expected that before the start of the evening. I said I'd speak to you after the race, and then we kind of had a laugh about the commentary box if you got a podium, but I don't think you actually expected it.
No, the car is just lovely here. Considering what it was like last week at Le Mans in the first race, where it just wanted to turn the rear end around on every single corner, and I ended up going through cutting corners as a result because I couldn't hold it. To tonight, it's just a lovely setup. It's really lucky, but I've got to give credit to BT, because that performance, that has to be one of the best performances we've seen, especially in Pro-Am.
Yeah,
in terms of domination and so much faster than all of us. So for that, absolutely.
You had cracking battle with NJ and Don and Fury at one stage. Argent as well was in that mix. Nicky as well. You just kept your head down. You seemed very patient tonight behind NJ and Don. Did you kind of know that you wasn't going to be able to catch BT, even though he still had to pit, that second was probably your best result you could get? Well,
for a while I thought BT might be on, but then he just obviously seemed to put in a hell of a lot of laps. But the battles, I mean, NJ, he says I've spun him. Well, he spun me, so that's 1-1. As far as I'm concerned, I don't think I did, but I'm sure he'll think he didn't. So I'm happy to call that 1-1 and forget about it. But it's just trying to get through the field. I think stopping early was a great idea. I got a couple of people who span in front of me, which was really helpful. But then you've got others who haven't stopped yet, and they're just basically defending to save their lives, and it's just stupid.
Yeah.
When you've got a car behind you who's already pitted, there's no point just keeping them behind like that. Just let them go and run your own race, because you're just going to lose time. And to be honest, I think if Argent hadn't had his spin, I'd have been behind him. And obviously Fury, I had a couple of hours with Fury. I had a lovely side-by-side, which unfortunately resulted in, I've seen on the replay, he actually spun. I did worry if I'd done that. I'd done some side-by-side racing in practice, as you know, Matt, last night, and so I knew I could keep it side-by-side and hold on for the inside corner, and just lucky really when he tried to turn in. I think he realised and then maybe just lost it. So obviously on pace, BT and Fury all the way. Yeah, and I think it was a lovely battle for third, which became second as a result of some silly mistakes, which we all do, and I've had a season of them.
What can you do race 2 then, Dan? Starting by the back of the field, obviously, like you've just said, normally you've had a season of mistakes, you'd be qualifying in this one 9 times out of 10, but you're starting by the back, what can you do?
I want my pole position. It's like race 2 is my pole position. You know, I think I've started to take that. I think the last 2 races I've had that. But no, it's just a case of, again, I'm basically taking Kelly as my big influence. Yeah. Of just trying to keep it on the track, keep out of people's way, and do what you can. I will say at the start, we had obviously the drive-throughs. I don't know what happened. I made a horrific start and selected neutral instead of first for some reason, and Kelly went straight into the back of me. So I don't know if that had anything to do with his drive-through or what, but so hopefully I'm going to get a better start this time. I don't know whereabouts I'm going to start, but hopefully not where somebody's going to go straight up the back of me because of my own mistake.
Well, best luck for race 2, mate. Wish you the best.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Cheers, buddy. We got BT in as well, and like Daniel said, it was pretty much a dominant victory for yourself. Happy with that one?
Oh, over the moon, really am. I had to work for it, but yeah, many thanks to Daniel for his comments there. Thanks for that, mate. Yeah, and congrats for the podium and also to Fury. But yeah, I was thrown when I saw the the drive-through come up straight away. I was like, what? Like, because it felt like I got it bang on, but
yeah,
it's picked up a few more of us, and you have to do your penalty. But my plan was to just build, if I could build a lead without getting a battle in the Fury, and try and build at least a drive-through gap. And just on the lap that I was intending to come in, I dropped a wheel. I guess you guys probably saw.
Coming just after. Yes, we did see that one. Yeah.
I just dropped it right rear, and that was it. And then I made horrendous efforts to come back onto track, rushing and getting the tyres overheated. But yeah, no, really, really pleased. Like I could have, stuck in some really good laps.
Yeah.
Car feels brilliant, as Dan said. Like I honestly didn't think the Merc would suit this track as much as it has actually.
Yeah.
It feels really good around there.
Now you're on your double points, obviously kind of had to take them last race of people taking the double points. That's the way to do it, a win and a fastest lap. You start 13th for race 2 on the double points. Is it more of the same, just bide your time, get to that front and try and dominate from there, take as many points as you can on your double points tonight?
Yeah, definitely, that is the plan. I want to try and keep out of trouble, get to the end. It's quite a long race. And yeah, really try not to get a penalty this time. I'll definitely make sure it's full on green. But yeah, no, that's it.
Well, best of luck, buddy. Congrats
Thanks
on the victory, and we'll wish you the best in race 2.
Cheers. Good luck, Dan. Cheers.
So there we have it then, Liam. 2 drivers very, very happy with themselves and their performance out there. One driver who's not going to be happy with what he's doing at the minute is this man on the screen, well off the pace. Not the race one he would have wanted, and not currently on the pace. Is he going to improve his time? He's green in his sectors on my phone, and he's down. So didn't do anything there. Dean Wasaki, well off the pace at the moment. Then can he get this one back to normality? One man who is up there is Smithy, who is sat second at the moment. He's dropped down to P6 so far, Liam, and it's X-Mark currently on pole and doing everything he can so far to get them points back.
Yes, indeed he is, and for any driver it would be the exact same, doing anything to get any points back.
Just say to the drivers who are sat in the chat, could you please keep the comments out of the chat, and then put the footage in at the end if there is footage to put in. Obviously we don't want the negativity in the chat. Please keep your comments to yourself and do it in the private group afterwards, and let the stewards look at the footage if there is footage to be had. But yeah, Liam, a lot of drivers then very happy with what they're doing at the moment. Who will be the one that you're tipping for the win in this one then? BT looks like he's got some outstanding pace. It's hard to look away from him in terms of how quick he looks at the moment, as X-Mark's currently on pole. 7/10 ahead of Nicky, then Kelly, Stealth Sloth, Aiden, Smithy, DJ Phil, Dean well off the pace, although he's on a personal best at the minute. So let's go to Dean. Can we see if Dean's going to improve here? He does. 8 seconds puts him up into P4. Can he get half a second on his last flying lap here then? So let's go back. X-Mark's in the pit, so it's just Kelly, Dean, Aiden and DJ Phil out there. So let's go. It's not Kelly. It's DJ Phil, then Aiden, then Kelly, then Dean. So let's keep an eye on DJ Phil at the moment. Currently green sector 1. No improvement in sector 2. Let's see what can happen. X-Mark might be the one to watch, as Unorthodubs in the chat. That might be the case as well. X-Mark, very quick driver. Could he be the one to do it? So DJ Phil then, the first man to finish qualifying. Currently last, needs a second to get himself... Well, currently last of those who can qualify. Needs a second to get himself ahead of Smithy. He struggled tonight, has Phil. Everybody else has done. Can DJ Phil improve on his time? No, he can't. What can Aidan Bennett do then? Green personal best, middle sector, and pulls it into the pit, so he's done. So then, what can KLF 900 do about this at the moment? Dean's also done, so he's done in... he's done for him then. That's his qualification done. And then Kelly stays P3. Dean will start P4 then. So it will be Xmart on pole position ahead of Nicky. Good lap from Nicky. Not the best of qualifying's first time round. KLF needs to keep that championship alive and starts right at the sharp end of the grid where he needs to do so. Dean then in P4 at the moment with Stealth Sloth in P5. It'll be Aidan P6, Smithy P7, P8 will go the way of DJ Phil Green, and then it's the first of the non-qualifiers. Daniel Francis P9, Argent P10 with NJ11, Fury 12th, BT Targa 13th, for Don Productions 14th place. I've pulled the chair up, I've sat down, I've poured myself a drink in the mid-session break. Come on, Xmart, says Dan Davis. I tapped the wall slightly, it gave me 37 suspension damage, says Iron Brew Racing. That'll be Jamie in his own practice. Kelly for a podium, says the wall. Come on, Kelly, says says Peaceful Step. Can't look past BT, says Disco. Come on, guys, says Iron Brew Racing. They're just cheering for everybody. Davies family to win tonight. Come on, Dad, says Dan. Kelly for second. No one stopping BT unless he's taken out, says Daniel Francis. 19 people still watching. We appreciate the likes, the comments, everybody who's watched, and if you've subscribed tonight as well. Absolutely brilliant to see. The drivers are just readying up to go. Final setup tweaks, Liam. Who is your money on then? Final time, final person. Who's your money on?
I'm going to say BT. I mean, it's the second race. He's starting in 13th, which is pretty much at the back of the grid. But just seeing his pace in the first race, as long as he can get through this grid without any incidents, it's going to be him.
So then Fury at the moment cannot get himself, can only equal Jamie Brazier tonight. He's not going to not beat that record, surely then. BT Targa took another win then, and that has put him up onto 3 wins this season, in level with Little Leach, NJ, Emo Guy and Welshie on 3 wins apiece in the league. And DJ Phil Green just extending his lead, extending his race starts. The driver with the most race starts to his name here at SimPlay Motorsport on 69 race starts. Obviously Peaceful and Little Leach will get theirs tomorrow. This will be race start number 70 for DJ Phil Green. Dean Wysocki 4th on that list. Stealth Sloth 5th as well. A few other Pro-Am drivers. The next Pro-Am driver to get his 50th appearance will be Daniel Francis, as he's on 46 when he starts this one. Everybody is there, readied up, ready to go. The revs are rising. Let's wait for these lights. They took a while to come on last time. They're taking a while now, and when is it going to be go? It's lights out now. Everybody more patient this time. But look at the start of Dean Wysocki already level with Kelly. Kelly can't come across to get on the outside. Dean and Kelly just having a bit of argy-bargy. And that's Phil, Argent and Fury all off at the final corner. Nicky trying to go on the outside. And Kelly has dive-bombed his teammate. Where has Dean Wysocki gone? He has dropped well down the order. Fury's there, look. Fury then, and Argent and DJ Phil had a mishap as well. So did NJ, but great start if you're KLF. Is this going to allow the team to get some points? Look at Smithy running P3 at the moment.
Wow, so what a job from him then off the line.
7th to 3rd in a few corners. Great start if you're Smithy. That's the Don and Daniel Francis who's gone off in the background, and that was a car rolling, and it's Daniel and Argent who's made contact there, and Daniel is sat on Argent's car, and I'm not sure what happened. I don't think Daniel and Argent quite know what's happened there, but at the minute it was Don and Daniel who went, oh, Aidan, that is a huge cut as Don again into the wall. Not the start to race 2 Don would have wanted. I've got a feeling there's going to be a few first lap pit stops here. The Don carrying huge damage at the moment. Nicky down to 9th. What happened to him? Shocker at the moment. Don trying to stay out of the way. Smithy then trying to hassle the back of KLF, and Xmart already leads by a second.
What a interesting first lap, I'm going to say.
Yeah, Fury off at turn 1. He's back up to 4th, Liam, at the end of lap 1. So he's had even though he's been off, he's had a good lap.
Yeah, so brilliant for him.
As it stands then, no one yet coming in the pits, but I imagine we're going to get the bottom 4 or 5 into the pit lane. Smithy deep into turn 1, gets that stopped and turned in now. Now, we saw the Mercedes of Fiori at the end make some mistakes. Not surprised to see Don in. He's one of the ones I expected to come into the pits, as is Argent. Again, not a surprise to me that he's in the pit lane. Daniel Francis, another one, into the pits. Will DJ Phil come in? Dean Wysocki then down to 8th after his first lap incident. Not sure what happened to Dean. Was side by side with Kelly and then lost it. Gets past Aidan Bennett, although has a wiggle. Not sure what the wiggle's about. Can he get it stopped? No, he can't. Oh! Nicky and Dean Wysocki there make huge contact. DJ Phil into the pits as well. And Dean there...
What is Dean doing?
Yeah, I'm not quite sure what Dean is doing here. Nicky still stationary in a wall. We'll come back to them two in just a moment. But what has gone off there?
Oh,
Dean had a huge wiggle. Wasn't Argent who took me out. Needless to say, I have evidence for early stop. Mate says Don Ariel Pulowski's Don Productions. So them two obviously getting involved in a few incidents. That is Stealth Sloth wide, and that allows BT Targa up into P5 now then.
I think Nicky's retired.
Nicky has retired, yeah, so no points for Nicky there then in this one. What a shame for Nicky, as he's not had the best of nights tonight. And that's Aidan, who's gone very deep at the final corner. Here comes NJ. Don't rejoin Aidan. Oh, NJ has to avoid him. DJ Phil and Don then just coming out the pits there, a lap down nearly on. Is that X-Mart?
That is
It is, yeah, so the leader near enough lapping these two who pitted at the end of lap 1. In fact, they're already a lap down, so nearly 2 laps down now. Keep it calm, Fury, you're doing good, says Peaceful Stepdad. And there then is Fury on the back of his title rival. Needs to outscore him by 6 points to win the championship tonight. I don't think he's going to do that, as there is X-Mark trying to put a lap on Don. Now don't forget, the backmarkers don't have to move out the way. Team Prolapse, right, Dean? Why did you just pull back onto the track? What was that? And that's Fury who's made a mistake. Nicky clearly unhappy with Dean coming back onto the circuit then. And that then is Fury making another mistake. And that's given BT Targa and Smithy 3rd and 4th. Nicky clearly unhappy with Dean. But again, put the footage in. Let the stewards have a look at it. Let's keep it off the stream. But Nicky retired. Daniel Francis back into the pits, and not the lap for him as BT's going up the inside of Smithy. A bit of a tap there and forces Smithy wide, and Smithy round. What a shame. What a shame for Smithy. BT was alongside. Smithy then may put that one into the pits.
No.
He's rolling back. NJ comes through then. Smithy then needs to get going. May put that one into the pits. He's still on for some decent points. Dean is still 9th. And yeah, let's definitely keep the remove that one out the comments. No idea what happened. Didn't have a drive-through, just didn't stop, says Daniel Francis. So Daniel then got forced to do a drive-through, and then it didn't stop him. So not quite sure what that is. As Smithy carries on his way, I don't think he's pitted, as NJ's lost the rear end then. So the race 2's been a bit of a scruffy one, to say the least, to start with, Liam.
I mean, word can't explain those first couple of laps, but let's look away from that and let's just look for the future.
Yeah, this is one we're going to have to keep our eyes on at the moment then. Wacky Races here, says Disco McDisco Face. Nah, man, he ruined my race. Yeah, I totally agree with that one, Smithy, if he has, but let's keep it off the chat and then let's put it in for the stewards to look at, please, instead of putting things like that on the chat, please, buddy. As here then is Fury behind Stealth Sloth. Stealth Sloth having a good second race. Fury going to look up the inside, and Fury gets that job done. Stealth Sloth tried to turn in on him there, as Fury was already alongside him, and that's the job done. If you're Fury, and Fury then, is that him coming into the pit lane? Now, has Fury got a drive-through?
Yes. Oh.
No. Making a stop, so maybe he's got damage to that car. Obviously not meant to be stopping until lap 8, but Fury in, and it's not the quickest of stops here, so he clearly does have damage to that car, as he's going to lose out to NJ and Aidan Bennett. Where's Dean Wysocki? I'm surprised I haven't seen Dean in after that huge hit from Nicky then. Dean could have been in and pitted, and Dean, yeah, he's losing the car. Look, he's all over. Race ruined because of back markers again, says Fury. Again, guys, let's just keep the comments off the chat, please. Otherwise, you will have to be muted for a period of time. Let's keep these comments off the chat now. We understand that things have not gone your way. Put them in for the stewards to look at. Let's keep this clean. Okay? Focus on your job.
Daniel Francis has got AI in as well.
And now it's put the AI in. This is weird. Not retiring though, says Daniel Francis. So Daniel's going to have to come in again. So all the good work of race 1 for Daniel Francis has not happened this time around. And Daniel Francis coming in then. That'll be to get the AI out of the car, I presume then, Liam.
Yeah, so Daniel Francis not having the great race 2 that he would have been hoping for.
No, not indeed. He had a great race 1, not the way race 2 would have gone, but he's got to score points to keep up with that mid-table battle. Here goes BT Targa on KLF, and KLF not fighting that one because he knows the superior pace of BT Targa. Kelly just needs to outscore Fury to stay in this championship. Fury needs to outscore Kelly by 6 points. Fury has pitted though. Kelly still got to pit, as we have had a retirement, and that is Dean Wasocki, who has left the session. And by my calculation, that is 5 retirements in the season. That is Dean in a bit of bother, losing 25 points in his championship fight. So Dean Wasocki there. I quit by everyone, says Dean. Now I'm not sure why Dean is saying that, but either way, that's points lost for him. Gone off in a bit of a sulk with the sounds of that then, Liam.
Yes, he may have.
Now then, NJ, on the back of the back marker Daniel Francis. Don, P11, what can he do now? As he's got things to do here as well. I quit, not... whatever. I'm not. Yeah, Smithy then gets lapped by BT Targa as we say a good evening to Little Eats and Little Craig. Where have you been? You've missed a great first race, a bit of wacky races as Disco called it earlier in race 2. Then as here is BT Targa and X-Mark for Team Pro Lassie 1-2, scoring good at the moment are these guys. And we said about a few people in the chat, Liam, said about X-Mark maybe winning this race. Do you think with BT on double points he'll let him through? I've got a feeling that may be the case.
Possibly, but obviously these two being teammates, so it will be obviously team orders most likely.
Well, for the team, surely you score more points. Obviously, with BT winning the race, he'll get 50 for the double of 25, and X-Mark will still come away with 20 valuable points. And is that the changeover they've needed? Because X-Mark ran a little wide, and up the inside goes BT Targa. He doesn't need a second invitation to get that job done. That is job done if you are BT Targa. And in the lead once again is this man. He's been cracking tonight. He's been flying, hasn't he? Fury down in 7th place. Stealth Sloth, let's give a mention to Stealth Sloth, as Kelly there was on the grass and the gravel, the sand, whatever you want to call it, and Stealth Sloth having a look side by side towards the corkscrew. This is going to be brave, and Stealth Sloth just a bit of a tap with Kelly there. Gets that. Oh no, he doesn't. Oh, he's lost it and just manages to narrowly avoid the back of KLF. Here comes NJ and Aiden. DJ Phil is round. Wow, drifting around the corner, and that is DJ Phil, who is around once more. Ooh. And that is not good for his chances. DJ Phil tonight then as well, Liam, has got to carry that flag for the team with Dean retiring now, so he's got to fly the flag on his own for the final race of the night. Aiden Bennett, I was about to say about Stealth Sloth, hats off to him for being 4th at the moment, and battling for 3rd was looking really good. Aiden as well doing a cracking job at the minute. Cyber Racing just put a laughing emoji there then. Daniel Francis on the back of I'm not sure who.
Daniel.
Oh, that's a spin. And who's that who's gone round? Don, though, has passed him. It's Smithy.
Smithy.
So Smith. Oh, is someone else gone round just behind? Yes.
Oh, yes, it's one of the Prolapse Porsches.
Well, that's got to be KLF then. It is KLF. He's made a mistake coming through turn 3. And is the Porsche struggling? Smithy loses it there. Then Kelly loses it there. And now Stealth Sloth onto the podium. And now NJ's lost it.
A lot of people losing it in this second race.
Yeah, well then. Bedtime for me, lads. Work early tomorrow. See you all tomorrow. I'll finish in the morning, but congrats BT perhaps later. We'll catch you tomorrow night, Disco, where you'll be trying to get that BMW to score some good points. hopefully for you as well, because it's not been the best of times. Bought GT last week, which was quite good, but at the minute, Fury then up now to P6 behind Aidan Kelly and Stealth Sloth. And this race too is just not going the way that people would have wanted it to in terms of the quality. Smithy's got himself past DJ Phil. Don's down in ninth. DJ Phil's past Smithy again, so good little battle between Don and DJ Phil and Smithy there. I don't know if we can catch that one. Stealth Sloth just losing the rear. Kelly then, has hit the pit wall hard. It's the AI into the pits as well. So Kelly pits at the end of lap 8. Was running third, he's not no more. Smithy and Phil not having a great battle. Stealth Sloth now currently in third. Aidan running fourth. So MC Motorsport having a cracking race here. Fury currently P5. NJ at KLF down to 6th, but obviously he's in the pits. NJ still to pit as well. Argent's pitted. So we'll see what Argent can do in this one. Liam's just breathing down the microphone a little bit, so apologies for that. NJ is into the pits himself at the end of lap 8. As I can't believe what I'm seeing.
Well, I mean, this is a more excusable race, should I say, because this is one of them we don't want to see, because a lot of people are spinning in this race, and it's not nice to see when stuff like that happens. No,
it's not, as there's a lovely little post on the Facebook group, which again is a bit uncalled for and a bit unprofessional from the searching driver. I'm not going to name who. But yeah, a bit unprofessional if you ask me. And at the minute,
here's another battle.
Yeah, Fury on the back of Aidan then. Smithy in the way at the moment. And trying to go around the outside of Smithy is Aidan and Fury. And Smithy then gets lapped by Aidan. He's trying to get lapped by Fury as Smithy's trying to unlap himself, and Fury rear ends Smithy there. And this race too is really becoming a bit of a sad race. We've had the and Smithy there. That is uncalled for.
Oh no.
That is absolutely uncalled for from Smithy there. As much as you're frustrated, there is no need for that at all. And this now is becoming a bit of a sour race, Liam.
Yes, it is. It's like I say, another race that you just don't want to see.
Now,
it's obviously you understand people spin out, but the amount of people tonight. But
that's Smithy losing the rear of the car there. And Kelly gets past Smithy as well. Smithy will have to come back into the pits. In fact, Smithy has just retired from the race. Huge damage to the rear of that car. And not the night Smithy would have wanted. 3 drivers retiring from this one. What a shame at the moment.
In the pits as well.
Yeah, he's back in the pits. He pitted last lap, so I'm not sure what's happening with NJ's car, but he is in the pits then. And Daniel Francis, not the night for... I just don't know what to say, Liam. After such a good first race, this second race has just turned a bit sour. This man, though, still doing a mega job.
Yeah, and like we were saying off air, we was hoping all of last race was carried into this first one, and I don't know if you're thinking the same, but I think we may have jinxed it.
Yeah, I've got a feeling the stewards may be busy over the weekend looking at a few bits of footage for this one. BT leads from Xmot. Stealth Sloth and Aidan still 3rd and 4th, so shout out to the MC Motorsport guys. They are doing a mega job in this race. And good points for Aidan at the minute. Good points for him as we're halfway through the race. Lap 12 of 22 BT Targa's on. Or BT Targa's just started, should I say. But at the moment, good points for the MC Motorsport boys. Daniel Francis in the pits again. What is happening? He's had a shocking race too compared to race 1, bless him. Nicky retired. Dean retired. Smithy retired. All from this race, the 3 guys have retired. And it really is not the way you want to see these guys go.
No, and that's Aiden, I think that's just it. No, it's still stuff that just gave the wall a bit of a good hiding, as I'm going to call it.
Yeah, Stelsloff then into the pit lane. He's in for his stop. So, with Nicky retiring, he can't stop. With Dean retiring, he can't stop. But Stelsloff then into the pits at the end of lap 11. And that may just cost him a bit of time, that the automatic car driving him into the pits. We've lost another driver. That is Daniel Francis, who wasn't going to retire, has now retired. So that's a fourth retirement in this race.
Oh, with 10 drivers left on the grid as well now, and it's just unfortunate these drivers are retiring.
Yeah, I mean, for Aiden on double points, to say he missed race 1, he's going to score some good points here as Xmark brings himself into the pits at the end of lap 12. Argent then getting past to unlap himself. There is Daniel Francis. Repaired my front, set my back 100. Sod it, says Daniel Francis in the chat. What a shame that we are seeing such a bad race too after what was a cracking first race.
Yeah, and
I get the feeling, Liam, and you could probably back me up with this. This has been the story of Pro-Am all season. One race is all right, spectacular. The next race, not great at all.
Yeah, and it's usually traded between if it's the first race or if it's the second race, because I don't think we need pointers on which is which. Obviously, this race is race 2. Last week was race 1.
Yeah. You had Spa at the beginning of the season where Dean went through a few people and it was just a bit silly. There was a few too many incidents. Yeah. You've not had a Pro-Am where it's been 2 decent races in a row. Do you know what I mean? It's been a bit. The game is just messed up. Daniel Francis has been unlucky. It's put the AI in. It drove him through the pits when he had 100% top rear when he wanted to pit with no drive-through. So Daniel Francis has been unlucky in this one. But like Nicky, Smithy, Dean, all involved in incidents, giving points to other drivers at the moment as Daniel Francis then leaves the session here. And so far, BT Target is on for another win.
So double wins for BT for tonight, and like I say, who I decided came right so far, but there's still a long race left, so anything can happen in these last 8 laps.
Indeed they can, but BT 35-second gap to his teammate and has to pit still. So anything can happen, like you say.
Yep.
But at the minute, he's looking on course for a back-to-back win. Could we see maximum points? We've not seen many maximum double points. Could we see? In fact, we've not seen many maximum points this year. I'm just looking through at the Pro-Am. Fury did it very first race of the season. No one else has done it since. I don't think anybody's done it in the Pro. Oh, that's Aiden.
Aiden.
Yeah, who's AI is
yeah.
AI, and then it's the AI in these guys who's driving into the pits, not them. So that's a shame. End of lap 13 for him. So he'll lose a couple of places. Kelly and Fury have both pitted. So can he get out ahead of his teammate? BT Targa then is also in the pits from the lead. But yeah, no one else has taken double points other than Big Boy Brazier at Zui and Fury at Spa. BT Targa looks like he's set to be on that. And at the minute, 16 people, 17 people still watching. I hope you're enjoying this second race. It's been a bit chaotic. But at the minute, NJ and DJ Phil and Don have been gifted a few places in this one. So's Argent, you would say. And at the moment then, Xmart isn't... Oh, Don there with a huge wiggle then. Not sure what that is he stays out the way and, yeah, lets Xmart go through. Don then on his merry way. P8, can he catch Argent? There is Argent. He looks like he's had a bit of a bump somewhere. P7. Aiden's then come out P6. Stelsloff's only 2 seconds behind KLF. And Fury only up 6 seconds up the road from KLF. So Kelly at the minute still on the back of Fury so far and he's doing everything he needs to do. Where is Kelly and Fury? There it is. 7 seconds is the gap. And this one, very interesting. Peaceful Stepdad with a sad emoji face. It is a shame. Hopefully then tomorrow night will be much better. Join us for tomorrow night. Pro Series. Gary, Unorthodox, D, Biggs, Little Each and Big Boy Bracy are all trying to battle it out. A couple of drivers taking their double points. Can Gary get back on the pace of Dan for the championship lead? Can Dan extend his gap? What will happen in that one? And then join us Friday night for the GTEs around Watkins Glen. Some interesting weather for that one, as well as that one is the penultimate race of the season before we're at Suzuka, or Sakito as the game knows it, the week after. GT5's obviously just finished on Monday, where we crowned Unorthodox the champion, the first champion in the GT5s, to go with Gary 131's champion here at SimPlay, 2 times champion, and Jamie Brazier's Pro-Am champion, and Monkey Boy's Pro-Am championship. And are we tonight, Liam, going to crown Fury as a championship winner as well?
It is possible, and it is. And if I remember last season, you actually crowned the winner. 6 rounds before the initial end of the season.
I think Monkey Boy won it a fair time ago, didn't he? It's going to be interesting to see what these guys are going to do, and it's going to be interesting to see who is going to win what. The points at the minute, Fury's currently third, will score 15, will get 2 points more than Kelly, so not enough to win that title. We'll need Kelly to lose. We'll need Kelly to finish P7, which I can't see it with Argent being a lap down. And at the minute, everything going the way of BT Targa tonight. He has been flawless tonight as BT Targa. As Aiden, what a shame for Aiden. Oh, back in the pits. That's not where he wants to be at all.
No, so maybe a bit more of a spin or contact or something of some sort.
Yeah, what a shame for him. Aiden then into the pits. He's lost out to Argent. Will he lose out to Don? That is the big question. Exmont is coming down the main straight while BT Targa is heading up towards the corkscrew. So interesting to see what's going to happen here. And Aiden Bennett still in the pit, so Don has got past him. Where's DJ Phil? Poor old Aiden. Back for double points. Please let the pro be less busy, says Daniel Francis. Fingers crossed from Peaceful Stepdad then. And it's really put a sour patch on this race, Liam.
It really has, and unfortunately, it can't be undone. That's the part about it that just makes it so much worse. You can't undo what's happened.
Now, Aiden's just put in the chat, sorry Liam, was having a great race. The AI went into the pits, rattled me off the wall. Love that, he says. He's now 10th. Was running 4th at one stage before he pitted. And like we say, the AI took over the Pro-Am guys in the pits. And Aiden's now come out well down the pack, well off the back of anyone else. There's X-Mart here, P2 currently. Now Stovsloff's gaining on KLF for P4. And the championship just slow. Oh, as I say that is... Oh, Stovsloff just making a few mistakes here. Kelly then is only 5.9 off the back of Fury. Can he gain... If he gains on Fury, he gains 2 points. It extends that championship gap. We go into Dubai. I think we go to Dubai as it stands anyway. But, I mean, is it inevitable that Fury's going to win this title now?
I believe so. I don't... no offence to Kelly, but I don't...
Oh, no, Kelly's had a great season.
He's had a great season, but I don't think he's going to have just that little bit of... what's the word?
Luck has got to go his way, hasn't it? Luck has got to be on Kelly's side.
He's got to be a bit of a Gary.
Yes, I get what you mean. A bit lucky at times then. So we have lost Dean, we've lost Nicky, we've lost Smithy, we've lost Daniel Francis from this race. We're down to 10 runners. We're on lap 18 of 22. We've got 4 laps left to go here in the wacky races, some may call this one. Race 1 was a cracking race, and this one not been the same. Fury has extended that gap to KLF a couple of tenths. I wonder, this was the time of the race where Fury started to struggle with tyres, Liam. I wonder if that's going to be the case again now, where he's just starting to struggle for tyres.
Yeah, it is a possibility. But let the race be on. That's all I say. Obviously, you're obviously on about the tyres and whatnot, but we'll find out later in the race. But it is what it is in the end of the day.
Now, Kelly at the minute, 6.1. So that gap's staying about the same to Fury at the moment. We'll have to see what he can do from here. It's not really gone the way of anybody in this second race, bar BT and X, might you say, who's out front doing a cracking job, especially this man, P4 at one stage. And for the AI to put him in the pit wall, what a shame for him, because now he's dropped to 10th. Can he get on the back of NJ and get past? He's got past NJ, yes. So he is now ahead of NJ. NJ on double points, so we'll score points for 10th. And we'll double that to go with what he got in race 1. Can now Aiden, 18 seconds behind DJ Phil, get after DJ Phil. Aiden looking very good value for money at the moment. Can NJ get back at Aiden? Well, let's wait and see here then.
2 laps left. I think we need to ask Fit Driver at days quickly as
so
well.
for the 16 people remaining watching this race, get your vote for Driver of the Day in. We'll get mine and Liam's opinion at the end of this one. As NJ having a bit of a wiggle there, not what he would have wanted at all. And at the moment, this second race been a bit soured compared to the first, but still nonetheless, the guys have had to do the job. And if you're KLF, you're hoping that Fury starts to make a mistake here, because Stovsloff's dropping a little bit off the back. Oh, NJ off again, just running a bit wide and off. Has huge damage to the front of that post. Round he goes. Well, let's go back to KLF and see if he's gaining any on Fury. That gap's still 6.1, so he's not really gaining any. But Fury was slower last time around, so his Fury's tyres just starting to go off. He's not really got the ground to Kelly, although he has made up a couple of tenths there with Kelly running a bit wide. He has got the ground on Kelly. That gap now up to nearly 8 seconds. So can Fury here? BT, Driver of the Day from Ironborough Racing. I think it's hard to look past BT, isn't it?
Definitely is. But like I've said, there's still time in this race for something to go wrong. But I think it's pretty set for BT to obviously win. And obviously, I'm not going to say my Driver of the Day yet, but I'm pretty sure I know who I'm going to pick.
Yeah, Fury's grand as well. Can't look past BT Targets. That's 2 votes for BT Target then. There's Xmart P2 at the minute. Good second race for Xmart. Back on the podium. Back on the pace.
Yeah, and not only is it a good race for Xmart and BT Target, it's also a good race for Team Pro Lassie.
Yeah, great result for them two on the podium, and great result in that Constructors, maybe trying to keep themselves in the fight with Forever Forward. It's a long shot, but maybe just doing enough to keep themselves in that fight. Fury's P3 currently, still trying to be caught by Kelly, but that gap's nearly up to 10 seconds now. So Fury, he's wide there though.
He's off track.
Yeah, he's very wide. You heard him get off the power. Fury was having problems, Liam. Last Friday his engine kept cutting out. Last Wednesday it seemed like his engine kept cutting out. He seems to have got that one sorted. Because he's had some pace tonight, hasn't he? He seemed to have struggled at times. We've seen on the chat he's been caught up in incidents. But he's had pace himself tonight, though, just not been able to put it together.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate, but hey-ho, as I'm going to say, he's dominated most of this season, and well, next season, which from what it looks like, it's pretty set he's in for the Pro. We'll see what he can do when he comes up to us in the Pro.
Peaceful step that BT for Driver of the Day. Kelly get the podium. I said BT before the race, says Daniel. Come on, Kelly. Smithy for Driver of the Day, says Sutty. Got it last week, can't be greedy, says Smithy with a thumbs up. There's BT Target then is on the last lap. He's lapped, I think that's Aiden. Aiden's really caught to the back of Phil. But this will be his last lap, because he's got to make sure he gets on the back of Phil. Oh, is that Stove Sloth, should I say? No, that's Stove Sloth about to lap DJ Phil as Phil gets out of the way of BT Target, and BT flashes him to say thank you very much. Stove Sloth, cracking result, P5. Cracking job from this man.
Yes, indeed it has. And yeah, another team that's going to get okay points, I suppose, from obviously this. Obviously, it's unfortunate Aiden's gone down to P9, running in 4, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
So, very unfortunate for
Let's
the team.
go back to BT Target.
Yeah.
He's coming to the final corner. And it's going to be at least 51 points. We'll see if he got the fastest lap in a moment to take maximum double points. 104. That'll do him well in the championship. But BT Target is going to win round 20 of the championship. 4 wins this season. Fury then doesn't even equal Jamie Brazier's record tonight. We thought he could. He hasn't even equalled it. So is it going to happen? 4 races left. Xmart then about to lap Argent. Will Argent move out the way and let Xmart through? He doesn't have to, don't forget us. He's going to finish the race anyway. Going to finish it a lap down. And here comes Xmart then. I don't think he's going to get past Argent, but it looks like Xmart's going to be in for that P2. He's 36. We're going to see Argent as well. P6. He's got 32 seconds back to Fury. So Xmart is going to take a P2 and a 1-2 for Team Prolassi. Good points for the team. Here comes Fury then. Not the second race at all he'd have wanted. We'll have to get Xmart in for a word as well as BT and hopefully Fury. But here comes Fury then. P3, 5.9 ahead of Kelly, so he doesn't want to spin because Kelly is coming. And I don't think Kelly's got enough to get their Fury into that final corner. And around the final corner he goes. Fury then is going to take a P3, a podium tonight. Back-to-back third places for him. KLF is going to get a P4. What a shame it wasn't anymore. We have had another retirement. NJ did get to race distance, who will score 10th place. P4 for KLF, P5 for Stovsloff. Great result for him. Argent then takes a P6. P7 going the way of Don Productions in the end due to a few retirements. Don had a terrible start, but getting points there. 8th place for DJ Phil on his own, but scoring 8th place points. Hayden Bennett will come away with 9th place, not the points he would have wanted. He'll get 7 flats. We'll come away with 14 for the night. NJ gets 10 points. Looking at the fastest lap, it goes the way of BT Target once again. So 52 points was the maximum for BT Target. Just to confirm those who retired. Smithy, Nicky, we lost Daniel Francis and Dean Wasaki left as well. So nothing from them two. But we'll hopefully get Xmart and BT Target and Fury in just a moment. But while we wait for these guys to come in, let's have a look at the final standings at this moment in time as well. Fury then, I don't think has won the title just yet, but we will double check it. No, he has. Sorry, apologies. He has. Fury then has won the title tonight. So Fury is your Pro-Am champion going in after tonight. Fury then, mega job from him. Hopefully we do get Fury in, because obviously he'll be crowned the champion of the Pro-Am, making his way back up into the Pro. And I tell you what, Team Prolassi bringing themselves, or trying to hang on in that Constructors' Championship, but all on the back of Team Prolapse. We've got the 2 Team Prolassi guys in the chat right now, and we'll start with Xmart. Martin, up and down night tonight, really?
Yeah, thanks, Matt. Yeah, definitely a down one. I got the drive-through on the first race, which really put paid to my race, to be honest, but kept a solid race together in the second one. Massive congrats to Fury. If he joins and says hello, great for him to win the thingy. Yeah, good. No, I'm pretty happy with that, mate.
Yeah, 1-2 for the team. Good points for yourself. Your teammate tonight double points and took maximum double points, so he comes away with 104. Like I say, the second race was just yours two. You led from the start, and BT managed to miss the chaos.
We both did, to be honest. Me and BT were having a good old laugh and a good old chat, and he was just on serious form tonight. I mean, so quick, 36 second gap ahead of me. He just had beautiful. I mean, maximum points. Hats off to him, double points for him, and top man.
Dubai next week. Night race, that's going to be an interesting one. What can you do there?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm not really good on that track, to be honest, mate. So let's see where it happens. I'm aiming to try and get second place. Me and Kelly were talking about it, so that's our own little championship going on between myself and Kelly. So fingers crossed, mate. Let's see how it goes.
Well, best luck, mate, for next week.
Thanks, mate.
I've got BT with us once again. Another solid victory. This one was a little harder though, because you had to avoid the dramas of everybody else.
I did. There was massive chaos. Like on lap 1, I was waiting for a car to spin back into me, if you like. I was like, oh, where'd you go? But No, it was. I did what I wanted to do: keep out of trouble and slowly, make my way up and improve my lap times as the tyres got better.
The only one. Sorry, carry on.
Sorry, go on, mate. No, that's all right.
I was going to say the only driver this year. 3 drivers have scored maximum. Jamie, Fury, and yourself. You're the only guy to have done it with double points taken. 104 points. Oh. That's really sort of put you in that promotion contention.
Oh, I'm well chuffed with that. Having missed last meeting, I knew that I need to get back onto it. So yeah, I couldn't have asked for any better really tonight. It went brilliant, and thanks to Mark being a solid teammate and great podium for us both, and and a massive congrats to Fury. Really pleased for him, and he dug really hard at the start of the championship, and thoroughly deserved.
Indeed it is. Well, to go into Dubai next week, what can you do around there? Night race, so the temps will be a bit cooler, but tyres still may be an issue.
Yeah, that's not a track that I've done a lot of practice on, so I definitely need to get onto that track. But yeah, night race, that could be interested in. Cooler.
Yeah.
Could suit it a bit.
Well, best of luck for that one, buddy.
Thanks very much. Cheers for a great race.
Cheers. Congrats to yourself, mate. And we've got him in the chat. 2 P3s tonight, but he is your Season 3 Pro-Am champion. He's worked hard. He's not yet equalled Jamie Brazier's record, but he is the champ. And Fury, not your night tonight at all, but two third places is enough to make you champion. Congratulations, buddy.
Cheers, mate. It's been a hard one coming, but just keeping it consistent as best as I could throughout the season, and it's just obviously worked out for not the best for tonight, but the rest of the season it's been okay.
Now, we've seen you struggle in the GTR and in the Ferrari and Porsche last year in Season 1. You've got yourself in a car now that you look quick, you look confident in. Is that the key this season? Get yourself in that car that you feel comfortable in? Is that what's helped you sort of get this title?
Yeah, I've been doing a couple of seasons on old leagues with the Merc, trying to... BT helped me at the start with the Merc, and I just want to give a huge shout out to him because he's the one that gave me the base setup for it, and it's just tweaks here and there for the different tracks, and it's helped a lot.
Now that's one job done. You and Kieran got to do it in the constructors now. Is it all eyes onto the constructors now that the drivers is wrapped up, and as well as the constructors? Can you get Jamie's record? The races are running out.
Yeah, it's definitely focus on constructors is more than race wins, but it's kind of equal if I'm going to be honest.
Well, mate, you are the Season 3 Pro-Am champion. You'll be back in the Pro Group next season. Congratulations on that one. Thoroughly deserved. Liam, driver of the day and final words from yourself.
I'm going to have to say BT Targa, I think he's done an amazing job tonight. Obviously taking full points if I'm right. Yeah, so taking full points from tonight while on his double points, I think that's amazing.
Yeah, BT Target, driver of the day, it looks like in the chat, as well as from Mike, me and Liam. Fury then, your champion. So one champion wrapped up with 4 races left to go. We're at Dubai for the Pro-Am next week. What will Dan Littleach, D Biggs, Gary 131 and Big Boy Brazier do? 5 drivers can still win it with 6 races to go in the Pro. Tune in tomorrow night for the Pro Series around Laguna Seca to see what they can do. But from all of us here at SimPlay, we all wish Fury a massive congratulations on his championship win. Season 3 Pro-Am champion. We'll be back tomorrow night live 8 PM BST, so tune in for that one. We'll also be back Friday night with the GTEs around Watkins Glen at 8 PM BST as well. But from all of us here at SimPlay Motorsport, thank you and good night. Well, that...
What? Can I just add, what the fuck was Dean doing for starters, and what the fuck happened tonight?
That first race was alright. I know there was a few incidents that I saw in chat, but...
Mate,
I didn't see anything.
No. Majority of the collisions I had tonight was with Daniel Francis.
Yeah, I saw Kieran text me saying that's why he wasn't coming in for first race interview.
Mate, I would...
Liam Sutty wants an invite.
What, to party?
Yeah.
Right, no problem. Oh yeah, well done. The pits. Yori.
Cheers, mate.
No problem.
It's just the fact he turned in on it. I don't know. I don't understand why.
No, I get what you mean. Kelly started a party with me. Is that an old one? No, he's joined. It's one he set up with me. Send him an invite as well, please, Liam. I don't get it. I know Nicky's furious with Dean.
Oh, I fucking understand that because Dean's messaged me saying,
"Yeah,
don't matter. Does I get punished for something? What about race 1 and 2, and the start where he takes me off?"
The thing is, he's got to put. But the thing is, what does he want me to do if it's not caught on stream? You've got to put the footage in.
It was. Nicky and Dean was caught on stream.
Well enough to see what happened?
Pretty much I would have thought so, because it looks like Dean stops after making a mistake, stops, and then comes back on track, but then right in front of Nicky. If you give me a sec, I'll...
Did you manage to take replay?
Now. Can't. Not enough room.
Bastard.
Yeah, I know.
Lobby up, Mark.
I'm doing it, Graham.
Let's see, what lap...
At least you didn't engine didn't cut out tonight, or is that still happening? Oh, there we go then. I told you, didn't I? I said he's got another retirement in him. Did you invite Kelly to the party? No.